All right. Hey guys, we're down here in Austin, Texas. There's a Trump is not above the law rally. They're counter-protesting the firing of Jeff Sessions and the supposed interference with the Mueller investigation. So, you know, we're out here. We're gonna see how things are going. Let's go, monitor the snowflakes, I guess. Catch some teardrops and wailing and hooting and hollering. But anyway, we're out here at City Hall, Austin City Hall. We're almost there. We're about a half a block away. Got C.W. Danley, Thomas Paine, whatever he's going by these days.
Thomas Paine.
Thomas Paine was banned.
But he got resurrected.
Oh, here we go. Looks like they got a good crowd here so far. Yes, I got my backup camera. Got my bullhorn. Should I put my mask on?
Oh, you're gonna put it on so soon?
No, I'm gonna wait till I got more backup that can watch.
We got the Trump flag here, guys. So we're gonna go in here, and we've already got some impeach Putin's puppet.
Yes, I'm open carrying, absolutely, of course. He's got his trigger device there.
So
we got a sign over there that says "Impeach Putin's puppet."
Hey, what are they protesting?
What is
That it's a day ending in Y.
They don't work on what days?
Trump's not above the law rally. But, now that they're saying he shouldn't have fired Sessions, he resigned, but they hated him 3 days ago. Today they love him. So
And they're just like going with whatever the meeting is.
Yeah. Yep.
Trump all day.
Hey, take
Thank you,
care.
sir.
God bless you, man.
sorry, guys. So we need a little bit of
All right, this is gonna be fun, guys. This is gonna be fun. I didn't think Obama was still president. How can you impeach someone who's not president anymore?
I didn't need it. That's Trump. God bless Trump. Thank you, man. So we won't interrupt their rally. We'll just peacefully protest.
All right, I think I'm back. There we go. I don't know what happened. Don't ask me. No idea what happened. No idea. How's it going? All right. Oh, bigots, where? Let us see them. Hey, if you see the bigots, let me know, sir. Yeah, he said there's bigots around here somewhere.
They're in Africa. It's an animal.
Yes.
All five of the other congressmen whose districts include the gerrymandered parts of Austin, all of whom are either abject apologists for Trump or frightened ducking cover Trump enablers. And as usual, not one of the five has said a thing or posted a thing, as far as I can tell, about what's been done in Sessions County. We saw, thanks to Jimmy and his efforts, how close we
Should go see some of the signs, I guess. And
Congresswoman from Williamson County.
yes, move on, please.
We need to continue building right now. We can't wait until 2020 to do it. To demand
How are y'all today? It's kind of nice, isn't it? Nice and cool weather.
cardboard cutout of the member of Congress. To demand meetings, to be at the offices, to insist that we get to
Oh, I do, but I don't believe in doing the liberal thing of interrupting and being a you know how the left likes to interrupt our rallies, but we're not going to really do that. What's up? Peace, love, and happiness.
wisdom are simply drawn from the way. He is never baffled by
Bill's hands are full. I just want to say thanks for coming out and participating.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys for exercising your First Amendment rights
Thanks
too.
for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night.
How y'all doing? Yeah, you too.
Let's keep speaking out as if our democracy depended upon it because it does. At the end of the day, all of the ultimate protection that we need for America will come from individual.
Who are these guys over?
People who refuse to surrender. That's what I call authoritarian rule objectives. Our democracy is only as strong as we continue to make it, and we will never give up.
How you doing?
You in the wrong country, boy.
No, we're in the right country. It's Texas.
USA, sir.
USA.
We should be well.
Oh, absolutely. I'm in the right country, United States.
We need to respect each other.
What country are we in? Where are we then? If we're
the deep south, some other cities, we have some conservative people trying to do that to liberal people, and we can't have that on either side.
I guess you're probably right. I let my emotions get a hold of my
No, it's okay.
intellect.
It's okay.
You're a good man, my friend.
he is a good
I'm
man.
not even conservative.
Listen to him. I appreciate the fact that y'all were mistaken, but that's all right.
Oh, I'm not
we can-
mistaken.
we can hear the love in your
we
voice.
found it just fine. We were here. No, we
Let's talk about that just a little bit.
sure.
How come you support this fellow?
Because he's been doing a good thing with black unemployment,
What
Hispanic
good-
unemployment,
Jobs,
jobs.
lowering
That was the
taxes.
economy in
I'm gonna get
general,
back just so I can get you in
which
focus.
the president has almost nothing to do with.
Oh, really?
Well, but y'all said the same thing. You gave credit to Obama. So did he have nothing to do with it either?
Well, right now, we're on a sugar high. We've stimulated the economy with an enormous tax cut, which is unnecessary. That's going to come to haunt us when the bill comes due.
So then what we
Now-
need to do is shrink government so we don't have as big of a bill, right?
What we need to do is there are several tools that are available should the economy slow down. The economy is
Shrink government.
The economy is overheated now. We have no need to do any of these things.
Shrink. We always have a need to shrink government. I mean, you don't want government controlling every aspect of your life, do you?
No. Well, what do you mean by the government?
Well, who do you think the government is? It's the
It's-
people that we just elected
it's-
to run our lives.
It's the people. It's the folks we can hold accountable. The government, buddy, is.
Do you think the
us.
government listens to us?
Of course.
Well, then why are y'all
When
here
we
protesting?
vote, they're listening to us right now.
But if you're protesting and they listen to us, then
Now,
why would
What do you mean by the government?
the
This is a
elected,
government-
the people who write the laws,
The
who
people,
pass
that's
the
good
laws,
enough.
who enforce the
That's
laws?
good enough. The
Okay.
people is good enough.
Okay,
I
but
don't think you
so
need to go much
but it's not
further
the
than that,
people.
do
You're
you?
not the one that's putting laws on my body.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. But
No, it's the government.
me and the democracy.
Do you support?
support.
Do you support the fact that I can have an AR-15?
No.
Well, then why didn't you pass a law that banned
we
it?
will. We shall.
But you haven't. So it's
We
obviously
shall.
the government is not you.
Not yet.
It
We
won't
have
be.
the ability to influence and direct the government, and
Well,
we shall.
you now have
Those
one
things
half of
which
1/3 of the government. So good luck.
We shall have it.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no doubt about it. Simply because it's an untenable situation. Having human beings.
Well, what's
equipped-
untenable?
Having human beings equipped with weapons of mass destruction
Like
was
what?
never an AR-15.
That's not a weapon of mass destruction.
Yes, it absolutely
How is it a weapon
is.
of mass destruction?
Do you realize how many people you can kill with one of those things right now?
Yeah, only about 5% of all shootings involve an AR-15. So how is that a weapon
That
of mass
doesn't
destruction?
matter. It's an
It doesn't. Well, what about the other 95%?
that you're trying to be sophisticated.
No,
Sophist now.
Yo, you're saying weapons of mass destruction, so you would think mass is huge,
Absolutely.
voluminous,
Any
voluminous.
individual
Yeah.
who is not able to obtain one of those things, how many people could he effectively affect?
Well,
A
I have
minimal number.
several. And
5,
how many
10.
how many have I
Why
affected?
in the world do you have even one?
Because I can.
That's not a reason.
That's a
an
perfect
idiot-
reason.
No, that's not a
It's called
perfect
freedom,
reason.
man. It's called
No,
freedom.
that's not freedom. That's
It's called the rights
idiocy.
of self-defense.
That's it.
It's called
self-defense from whom?
From anyone that I need to defend myself from.
Who do you
Anyone that
feel like
threatens
you
my
need-
life.
Who do you feel like is threatening your life, my friend?
Well, right now, no one is because I have an AR-15.
No, I
That's
don't
how that
think-
works.
I don't think that has anything to do
Just
with it.
wondering, do you support? I don't.
No, we're just discussing. We're just having a discussion. It's okay.
having a good
It's okay to talk.
It's
Okay.
perfectly okay to talk.
Yeah.
But you've got to realize this individual is not reasoning from a position.
So I don't have a right to self-defense.
Okay, can I ask you, do
that-
you support open carrying and concealed carrying?
No.
What?
No. I
So
don't.
so how do you defend yourself when somebody robs you?
Yes. I've made an agreement. When I live in a civilized society, I decided that I have turned over my right to self-help.
No.
Okay, but wait, no, that's it. No, he's got that right. He's got that right. What he doesn't have a right to do is tell me I have to turn over my right to self-help.
That most human beings, that most individuals in our current state are ignorant of. The idea of the social contract said that we each have a right to exercise our rights against others unlimited. And what does that lead to? Thomas Hobbes, back in the 17th century, said it leads to a state of continual war, one against the other, in which all of us are rendered in a terrible, terrible state. At that point, we say, well, this is not good. So what do? We say, I'm going to render my right to self-help to a higher authority. I'm going to
Yes.
say, okay, I give up. I'm not going to take an eye for an eye.
Okay.
I'm going to.
I have reasons. I get death threats all the time.
I'm going to agree with you.
I've been attacked many times. So I wear a vest for my protection.
Okay. Is that why you have the camera too?
That's also why I have the camera. I have the camera to protect me from people who make false claims against me like they have in the past. Also to protect me against if any law enforcement officers decide they're going to violate my rights, which has happened in the past. So I do this for my protection just as much as I carry a gun for my protection. My wife has been threatened to be raped. My daughters have been threatened to be raped, and I've been threatened to be
And
murdered.
I think that's terrible, and I'm sorry that
Yeah.
that's happened to you.
I am too, but I don't live in fear. I just live prepared.
Can I ask why you're here?
I'm here to listen.
So what is the position that
That's why I haven't been on my megaphone.
So, do you?
Huh?
But you brought a megaphone.
I did bring a megaphone. Yeah, I did bring a. In case someone tries to shut me up, I have a louder voice. Yeah.
So
Well, no. Well, okay.
it doesn't seem like you're
But
here
if
just to
you don't
listen
want
because
me
you're
open
making
carry,
such
if you don't want to conceal
a
carry,
sign about the sign.
I'm not a right.
Well, we're engaging in conversation. People don't know where we stand. Yeah. We're here to listen and to talk. Absolutely. Yeah, we.
Ban people being able to open
Do you
carry
think?
and conceal carry.
Do you think people feel? Do you think people might feel intimidated?
Hang on 1 second.
Do you think that people might feel intimidated by your presence?
Why would they feel intimidated by my presence? I'm not doing anything threatening.
Why do you think it's important?
That's not what I asked, right?
I don't care if people feel intimidated because they have no reason to. I'm not doing anything intimidating. Do I care? No. Just like people don't care how I feel generally. So,
I want you to know I care about how you feel.
so do you care about my feeling that I feel like I need to be able to defend myself everywhere I go? Or do you only care about some of my feelings?
is a fact that as
See, I don't care about anyone else's feelings. As long as they have a right to do whatever they want to do, their feelings are irrelevant. My actions and their actions are what are important. Feelings don't matter. It's actions that matter. And that's all I really care about.
that's my
Okay.
responsibility. It is to protect.
I disagree with that, but I
Yeah.
hear what you're saying.
Yeah. I know it's an extremist position, but it's a logical one for me.
I mean, I care about how people feel. I care about how you
Yeah.
feel. I want you to feel safe in this country. I want us to feel safe in this.
Right.
I want me to feel safe. I want these people here to feel
all
safe
right
in this country.
because I-
And it's a little like
Oh, so
it's
you
a
think
little
that if we
hard
ban all the
whenever
guns,
like
it's gonna stop gun
we've had the
violence?
shootings that we've had. Like we had a mass shooting. Was
Without a
it
doubt.
today or last
It was
night?
yesterday.
Yeah.
No, it was this morning, 1 o'clock this morning
Yeah.
in California.
Right. And so I don't know. I just feel like that's on people's minds. And
Show me one step.
it seems like people who are Trump fans are more about wanting to have their guns, and so it seems like
Everyone should be about wanting to be able to defend themselves.
no. Like if you want to be able to decide that for yourself,
Yeah,
then let us decide.
everyone
that for
can
ourselves.
decide it for themselves. I'm just saying we should be able to decide. I don't want government to decide for me, and I don't want him to decide
To
for
his
me.
point, hang on, wait. Hey,
don't want
please don't
government to
interrupt me.
decide?
Please don't interrupt me.
That's okay. I'm just going to listen to you. They can say whatever they want. I'll just ignore them.
To his point, though, if he wants to live in a society where we don't have to worry about that because people don't have guns,
And there are plenty of places for that. California, for one.
Sure.
We just saw that. And,
and
oh wait, no,
and
that didn't
so
work.
He has the ability to vote in the people who want to live in a like-minded
Absolutely,
society.
and I will die for your right to do that. I went to combat to protect that right.
And so, okay, so what happens if if someday that happens in Texas.
If what happens in Texas?
If enough people vote for those kinds of rules in Texas.
It's unconstitutional.
Then we fight it in the courts and we vote and we overturn it.
Want to do that? If you could walk down
It's about if that side wins, that's going to take away my guns because enough people voted in people that are going to take away my guns. Then we rally together and we get people to, like we did after Clinton and after Obama, and we vote in more people.
So what if they limit the type of gun that you can have? What if we all decide vote in the type of people?
Well, you can't vote against the Constitution, though. That's what the courts are for.
It says the right to bear arms. It
The
doesn't say right.
constitutional question is
Hang on. It does not say right to AR-15.
It says the right to keep and bear arms. What are arms?
The smallpox.
And the courts have already said the courts have already said that the Second Amendment protects rights that are in common use in the military. That's already been decided.
In what? Please cite the case.
Hang on.
Please
Let
cite
her,
the case.
it's a second.
I can't even hear anybody. I can't even hear anybody but
Hang on
him.
a second. You don't have to get this. She's having a very
Yeah.
nice conversation.
That's right. There's a reason I'm talking to you and not there. I hear somebody on the side, but
I'm just trying to understand, right?
Yeah.
Because I think the country right now is very, very divided.
it is. It's very divided.
And that makes me sad.
And you know, I see that's a feeling that I believe in and that I have empathy for.
And so the reason that I wanted to come over here and talk to you
Yeah.
is because in order for this country to move forward, people like you and me have to come together.
Right.
I want to care about you, and I want you to care about me, and I want you to care about him and him too.
Now, as a person,
And
I
him
care
too.
about you.
Sure.
As a person, I care about everyone here. As a matter of fact, because I care about you and I care about life and I care about freedom, that's why I defend the right to keep and bear arms in such a stringent way. Because I believe that I have a right to exist and you have a right to exist.
Sure.
Now, you don't have to exercise the right to exist and have the form of self-defense. You have a right to choose that. And you have a right to push off that defense on someone else or law enforcement or whomever.
Yeah.
That's your right, and I'm not gonna attack you for having that right.
Okay.
What I don't support and what I will oppose is when someone tells me that it's their opinion that I don't have the right to defend myself in a way that I seem fit to defend myself.
So,
May I say something after all this long period in which I've been excluded from
hang
this
on.
conversation?
Hang on.
Okay. Yeah. Let's let her. And then he'll get one.
I'm still having this conversation. So, how do you feel about checks for mental health? Right.
What are they checking for?
With the Capris on.
You know, so that's a good question because I think that there are plenty of people who have dealt with mental health issues that are not ever going to be
I'm
violent.
not.
Yeah.
I don't really, we don't deal.
But,
We don't deal with conversation. I'm not.
I'm a victim of Russian psyop. No, it's okay. I was just putting that in the camera. The guy walked by and said I'm a victim of Russian psyop.
And so, but there are also people who have mental health issues,
Take away all
right?
of the guns.
But again, I have to stop you because what is a mental health issue?
And I think that's something that we need to help define. But
So until we define that, how can we push for
do
it?
you agree that there is an issue that we need to address?
There are several issues we need to address. All of them have to do with why people do what they do. So I agree that we do need to identify and address the why behind shootings. That's all mental. Whether you're a logical, free-thinking person and you just decide I'm going to kill people,
Yeah.
or you are a mentally ill person who doesn't make that decision but kills people anyway.
So if people started
I would not. I would.
researching causes behind this kind of thing, and even like wanting to offer public health services and take the stigma away and use public funds to address people's mental health issues.
Are you a socialist?
Would you be in favor of that?
I'm always in favor of helping people with mental health issues.
Okay.
Let me tell you my history.
Okay.
I am a combat veteran. I was in the Iraq invasion in 2003.
Okay.
I fought my way up to Baghdad, and then I fought my way into Fallujah, and I fought my way out of Fallujah.
Okay. Thank you for your
I have
service.
post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
It's an anxiety disorder. But but I was with infantry. I was with 315 Infantry and 164 Armor. I was a counter-intel agent. I was an interrogator with a tactical human team. I was on the stack, number 3 on every stack on infantry going into houses. So I'm a tactical MI guy. That's what I am. But I was never...
Under your training that thing.
I went to Fort Huachuca, Arizona for my training.
Okay.
Yeah. Several times. Any more questions? You want to see my retired military ID? Okay. I mean, I'll answer any question. If you're trying to vet me as a veteran, ask me anything. I went to war with 3rd Infantry Division, 2nd Brigade Combat Team, went across the border with 3-7 Cavalry all the way up to Anhilla. At Anhilla, I switched over to 464 Armor for the feint operation. After the feint operation, I went with 315 Infantry, 164 Armor into Baghdad for both Thunder runs. After the 164 Armor invasion, we sat there for a little while. Then Fallujah flared up at the end of 2003, and I went into Fallujah with 315 Infantry. After we left, 82nd Airborne took over for us. I was with Bravo Company 103rd MI Battalion, attached to each of those combat units, depending on which one was in the front, because I was a battlefield interrogator, so I was with the frontline unit. As soon as we captured people, we interrogated them, got the information, and did the next operation. So that's what I did. All right, but anyway, so that's why I care about, because I have personally been targeted as someone who's a gun rights activist, but I should be disarmed because I have PTSD, but I'm not a threat to anybody. As a matter of fact, I do not support violence in any form whatsoever at all, except in self-defense. I do not believe in offensive violence at all. I hope I die and never have to pull my gun out of the holster except to shoot at a target or an animal that I'm gonna eat.
So do you agree that tragedies like school shootings are something that we have to figure out how to address?
Well, I think we're trying to figure that out, and I think the problem is there's two. Everyone agrees that that's an issue that we need to fix.
Yeah.
The problem is we have two fundamentally different agreements on how to do that.
Yeah.
Now, being in counter intel, one of my jobs is force protection. So I was responsible for making sure that our forward operating bases were secure. I made sure I protected classified information, but I also looked for vulnerabilities. So I've already assessed the whole school thing, and I think there's many different ways we can fix that. One of which, of course, is just hardening our schools. Hardening our schools.
So like,
make it a hard target. So you do that through controlled entry. You do that through whether it's metal detectors or whatever, and you also do it through.
Sandy Hook had that.
Right, and you also do it through allowing teachers who are willing and able.
And he used his gun
Yes.
to blast through it.
And that's why you have to have that last line of defense that you fall back on, which is an armed citizenry. A teacher who is willing and able to defend herself and her students should be able to do that. When someone busts through the door to start shooting at my students, I should have the ability and the right to shoot back. And that's where people stop. They're like, oh yeah, you're great, we're with you. Oh no, it involves guns, nope. And so guns are completely taken off the table. I don't believe in arming teachers. I'm not saying we have to require teachers to be armed, but as someone who's well-trained in how to handle a firearm, if I became a teacher, I should be able to defend my students. I should be able to sit in that classroom while my students are hiding, and if that guy busts through the door, I should have the option of not being a victim and protecting my fellow students.
It's better. Okay, like, forget about what's possible. Do you think it's better if kids can just go to school and learn and teachers can just teach?
That would be great. That would be a model perfect society. I would love to make that happen, but it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. We had a shooting on Fort Hood while I was at Fort Hood. We had two.
Are you going away?
That's a hard target. If it can happen there, what's that? I was there for the second one, and I was just arriving on PCS from Alabama when Hassan did his thing. Yeah, I was there for the second one, but for Hassan, I was one day out. So I was there for the fallout of
Do you
it.
know that there are other countries who manage to not have school shootings like we do?
Yeah, and there are also countries that have even worse murder rates than we do. And they don't have gun rights.
I think because of the
But a lot of people don't want to. They don't want to acknowledge those.
What do you mean?
Yeah, or knives. Yeah, they can't even have knives in England.
Worse murder rates.
I'm sorry, what's that?
What do you talk to me more about worse murder rates?
because they had
Well, the United States is not even in the top half of most violent countries with violent crimes. We're not even in the top half.
and now we've got to where are we?
We're barely in the top third.
Where are we?
Wait, you just said we weren't in the top half, and now you're saying we're in the top third.
Or the bottom third, excuse me. I mean, we're barely in the bottom third.
Where are we on in developed countries?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. You see, now what we're doing is we're parsing out and we're trying to make things fit into a nice little, a nice little keyhole. So well, let's exclude those countries because they're lesser countries. They're not as important as we are. They're not as successful as we are, so their gun violence, that doesn't count. Let's exclude those countries because that's a homogenous society. Let's not worry about those. And let's not worry about these. These are poor countries. They're not important. Their gun violence statistics don't matter. So I don't even talk about developed versus undeveloped, Western versus non-Western. In all the countries in the world, we are not the most violent, and yet we have the most guns. So you would think that if guns were the problem, we would be the most violent country in the world.
I don't think guns are the problem.
What's that?
I said I don't think guns are the problem.
Oh, well, okay, we're good then. All right.
But I do think it is an important distinction between developed and undeveloped countries when you discuss crime like that. Just because of just cultural reasons. I mean, Brazil, the level of corruption of police in Brazil alone sort of
which
changes
contributes to the crime as well.
It does. It absolutely does.
And that's my point is when we focus on just guns, we miss an entire big picture. We don't focus on our government, we don't focus on our laws, we don't focus on our society.
Just a second because I need to go home.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I'm going to leave, and you guys.
Hey, thank you very much for the cordial and respectful. Yes, you can.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. I love you as a person, and I understand that you're passionate about this, and I'm passionate about this as well. When I was in Ecuador, I got robbed at knife point. I had to leave my guns behind when I went on that mission because I wasn't allowed to have them doing what I was doing in Ecuador. That feeling of hopelessness, I don't want for anyone else ever again. And I don't want my kids. I have 3 children. One of them is still in high school. My son just graduated high school, is in college, and my daughter's about to get married and is about to graduate college. Nothing makes me feel better knowing that my son now in Texas, while he goes to school, while my kids are in college now, I know that somebody there is able to protect them should somebody get stupid and violent. That makes me feel better. And we've had campus carry now for over 2 years, and it hasn't been an issue at all. I want the same. You and I want the exact same thing. I don't want school shootings. And what I've found, and I look at things through a military prism. I mean, that's sort of that's my history. My dad was military. I spent 21 years in the military, so I look at everything through a military prism. And so I look at this analytically. How do we? Because you can't prevent every crime, but how can we reduce the impact of when someone does commit a crime? And I firmly believe that the length of a mass shooting, there are 2 things that stop a mass shooting. The shooter kills himself or a second gun arrives. Now, generally that's a police officer. But those are the 2 things that stop a mass shooting. Thankfully, that guy either ran out of ammo before he shot himself, or he shot himself knowing that somebody with a gun was about to show up and shoot him anyway. But those are the 2 things that stop a shooting. And so I want the same thing you do. There's just different ways. And you know what I'm getting ready to do? Let me end you with this, because I know you got to go. Do you know who Senator Zaffarini is? She's a Democrat senator here in the state legislature. I just got done talking to her on ways that we can help with gun safety issues. One of the things we're working on is a proposal to make tax-free gun safety devices, trigger guards, safes, anything that can help parents lock up their firearms, give them a tax break. Those things are not taxable, like food. Make those items, those gun safety items, which will be specifically defined, make those things tax-free. So there are things I want to do to help keep children from not shooting themselves because they find a gun, keep students safe so they can focus on math and science, and we can become the great state and country that we can become because our students are getting educated. But I think the last thing I want is, of course, less gun laws. But anyway, I talked too much.
Okay, so one last thing.
Yes. What was your name again, by the way?
My name's Meredith.
I'm CJ.
Hi, CJ. I would also say I would want to encourage you, because the country is so divided, to work for ways for us to come together.
Yes, that's why I'm here talking instead of just yelling at everybody.
Sure. In my opinion, the shirt's not helping.
Well, but how do you know who I am? I mean, I think it's important that people see this shirt and see that we can talk. People, if I didn't have this shirt on, nobody would know who I am.
That's true, but it's.
I mean, unless I carried a flag or a sign or.
It feels a little, hey, you guys are doing a thing, and I'm. Hey, whatever. It doesn't feel like. What you're wanting is for people to come together. It feels divisive, and I think that's.
Well, but I just see it as free speech, because when I have my rallies, and I'm the leader of Open Carry Texas, so I'm the founder and leader of Open Carry Texas.
Okay.
We have rallies all the time, and we always have people show up that don't support our message. I support that. I don't support when they start screaming and yelling and blaring their bullhorns. And the other reason I brought this is because I want to show I can go to a counter protest and not be loud and obnoxious and playing sirens on a bullhorn so that people can't hear the speakers. So I brought this to show that I'm not using it. Or if I get shouted down, then I have to use it so I can be.
Like you, man. You're educated. You talk very well.
Well, again, I'm gonna go.
Well, so are y'all.
I'm gonna give a hug to you too. Again, I just encourage you to continue.
Yes, ma'am. CJ. Hang on 1 second. Let me, hey, can you hold this for a second? I just got to put this strap back on.
so much. Have a
I
good
was
night.
fiddling with it when it came on.
If you discharge a firearm, do you know how much penetrating power and how much
That was a civil conversation.
All right, yeah, CJ, I'm sorry. Who are you?
I'm Andy.
Andy, nice to meet you.
So I overheard a lot of your conversation, and I have a lot of feelings, but I'm just going to try to ask the phrase "Make America Great Again."
Yeah.
When did America stop being great?
When did
If
America
that's
stop being great?
If that's
Well,
important to
I
you,
personally think
to
that.
always have that shirt on,
Yeah.
to have the slogan available for people to know that you're open.
So America
It's a
was
very
great. America was great yesterday. America is great today, and tomorrow I want to make America great again. Does that explain it? America was great in 1776. America was great in 1865. America was great in 1992.
What could make America stop being great?
Actually, I think the only thing that could make America stop being great is if we became a communist nation,
What we're heading for.
which is kind of where we're headed. But no, I mean, I think
the Constitution.
we stop following the when we stop following the Constitution. I think that America will cease being
Which
great
we
again.
called Trump out when he does, like with the tariffs. We called him out on that. When
Yes.
he wants to regulate,
Wait
when
a
he wants to
second.
ban books.
Wait a second. There's already somebody who
call
was
him out
a
on that.
second that was already
call him
confirmed
out
by
on
the
that.
Senate.
We don't
Why
know.
is that person not?
Excuse me. Yes,
Yes,
I have
why
to.
is that person
I have
not
to add that today,
there?
Trump defied the Constitution very explicitly
Right
by
there.
allowing someone who is not
Not
appointed by
confirmed by
Congress
the-
for the Senate
He's a
By
or
the
the
Senate.
cabinet level position that is
no,
required
no,
for
no,
attorney
no.
general.
He has the
There is
right.
already-
He has the
You
right
need
to
to let me
appoint a
finish.
temporary person
Yes.
until one can
You need
be
to let me
approved,
finish.
and
Before
that's
you
what
hold
he
your hand
did.
up, you
But
need
there
to let
already
me
is
finish.
someone who
Sessions resigned.
Well, so is this so
This
the
man has not been approved at the congressional level for the position
he's in a
of
temporary
Attorney
position.
General.
He's in a temporary
Even for the
position.
position of a temporary
So what you would have
Attorney
so what
General,
you
a
would
man
have
who is qualified and is
Okay.
all counts by the Constitution and in previous administrations and in previous history through all history of America, it has been traditionally the case that a second in command
Yeah.
instead of a previous.
you said tradition, didn't you?
We're not going to get into that.
Okay, I just heard you say tradition. I'm just wanted to clarify that.
I have probably some disagreements with you about the
Okay.
tradition of America.
Okay. Well, what
But
in
the
what
man-
in what way? You mean the
I'm
greatness?
going to finish
Okay.
about Whitaker first. Whitaker has not been
Give me a
approved
sign when
by
I can talk.
Congress
Yeah.
for the level of a cabinet level position, which is what the Attorney General is. He had previously only been approved by Congress for the level of a federal lawyer for the state of Iowa. He came from a position within the Department of Justice as only a previous chief of staff. That is not the same thing as being a member of the Department of Justice in the line of succession.
Okay, so let me agree with you.
Rosenstein is believed-
So what Trump should have done, let's agree then, what Trump should have done is done what was traditionally done, which is the second in command, Rod
Not
Rosenstein.
traditionally.
Rod,
Constitutionally,
where's it say that in the Constitution?
previous, all administrations.
No, I mean, where does that say that in the Constitution, though?
You know where it doesn't.
Well, I can't point to what doesn't exist, but you can point to what does exist. So if it exists in the Constitution, where does that exist in the Constitution?
It exists in the Constitution when it says that all levels that are cabinet member level shall be approved by Congress, and only if someone is fired can the president.
Okay, so let's
then
agree.
Insert someone who is.
So for the sake of argument, I'm going to agree with you that Trump.
She is right. It does
I'm,
say
I'm going
What's
to.
the article
Well,
on
hang
that?
on. I'm going to
Section
agree.
clause?
Hang on. We can. I'm going to agree with you that. Okay. I'm going to agree with you that Trump did that wrong.
Why are you
Then let's go from that
so
premise.
sure that you can say it doesn't
All right.
exist?
Because you say tradition.
I get to listen, but I don't get to talk.
Why do you hold yourself?
Hang on,
as a-
Greg. Hang on. So let me agree with you that the
Then
way
why
that.
aren't you protesting?
Will you let me speak? I let you speak that entire time and didn't interrupt you. Can I have the talking stick now?
Because
Do I have to
you
raise my
agreed
hand?
that this is for
Okay,
the
I'm gonna raise my
Constitution.
hand. Let me know, teacher, when I can speak.
Tell me how.
Let me
you
know when I
are
can
not
speak.
denying
Let me know.
the Constitution.
Just let me know when I can speak. I have a question.
Okay, he has a talking stick now.
Yes, please.
He has a talking stick.
Several long phrases.
He lets you talk without raising his voice.
He is a talking stick. He's got the talking
I just need permission.
permission.
Do I have?
All right, now you're being childish. You have
Okay. Do I have?
permission.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to agree with you.
However, that manner of raising your hand and saying, I have to wait for
This
permission.
is not
I
aggression.
have
This
to
is
wait
freedom
for
of speech.
permission.
We have to
You have
acknowledge
my
and respect
permission.
everybody's points of view.
I just want to speak without being interrupted. That's all I really want.
Oh, and
I'd like to have my say. I'd like to be able to speak. I mean, I gave her all that time to get out. Oh, see, look, even on my video, she's interrupting me. I'm not even talking to her, and she's interrupting me. But I'd like
talking
to.
over him. He talked over a lot of other people.
So, all right, can I talk now? Okay. See, I'm about to agree with you, but you won't even let me do that. So let's work on the premise that I agree with you that Trump appointed Whitaker unconstitutionally. Okay. So. What he should have done is done it constitutionally, allowed Rod Rosenstein to take over that position, and then just fired Rod Rosenstein. Would that have been better? Would you have been happy with that?
No, because that
Oh,
would
so
have
but that's
been an
constitutional.
explicit-
But that's
that would have been an
constitutional.
explicit obstruction of justice because
How is that?
firing Rod
Wait, but that's
Rosenstein-
constitution. How, if you do something constitutional, how is following the Constitution obstructing justice?
Because it does not follow the Constitution because it is investigating the president in the odds of defying.
No,
the
he's
Constitution for
firing.
earlier James
He's
Comey.
firing a
That's what
cabinet level
investigation
official.
does.
So
It's about firing
if he
James
promotes
Comey.
Rod Rosenstein in accordance with the Constitution, and then he fires him, he's doing it in accordance with the Constitution. So you'd be okay with that, right? As long as he's doing it, as long as he's doing it in accordance with.
It would not have been actively promoting Rod Rosenstein. It would have only been following the previous all-established protocols.
But once he became in that position, he could have just fired him, right? I mean,
He could have. But
so
he
what would be the
responded same
difference
way because
if he
it
did
would
it
have been
this way or if he did it another way?
Egregious
Right.
display of power.
So-
So, if you accept that proposition, if you accept that supposition that he did it wrong, why do you think he did it right?
Well, I never said he did do it right.
Then why was it? Why did you have to assume that I was right? What do you think?
Because
about
you
me?
said you mentioned the
Because he agreed with you.
I know. Now I can't disagree and I can't agree. It's like I'm wrong either way.
Right. What's the difference between knowing that someone else is right and assuming someone else is right? That means that if you assume I'm right, you should be protesting this as if
This
it's
is your classic
unconstitutional.
liberal dementia right here. Grab him by the subpoena. If you agree with them for the wrong reason, you're
All right. Okay. Well, that was fun. Hi, yes, sir. How are you? I'm CJ. Reagan. Nice to meet you. Great name.
So if you did kind of agree that she should have, like he should have been fired, like Rosenstein should have went in place and then been fired. Why do you think it's okay that what happened already is happening?
What has happened?
That Rosenstein is not the Attorney General right now.
I'm not here saying that that's okay.
Because he has a
Okay, so why would you not want to hold the president accountable for the current actions that he took?
Well, because first of all, the actions that he took is no different than all he had to do. Is 6 of one or half a dozen of the other. So
you agree with the actions that were taken?
no, actually, I don't agree with it. But what are we gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? I mean, what's the alternative? Well, because I haven't. There's not a single president that has done everything that I agree with.
What? Great.
So do I not ever support any president because I don't always agree with the president?
This guy can shoot a guy in the street.
That's a crime.
And tell me how he. Yeah, but what he did just now is possibly a crime.
No, it's not a crime. It's not a crime.
It's debatable.
It's
multiple crimes that he's escaped
Okay, I'm
from
just saying,
all the way up
this
to his
potentially
presidency.
is
my
obstruction
God.
of justice.
How is it obstruction?
Found and lost.
Yeah, but how could it even potentially be obstruction?
No, I'm saying it's still being investigated.
But if there's potential, there has to be some reason that there's potential.
There was
Like
a bipartisan investigation open, the Mueller investigation, to investigate obstruction of justice.
okay, so how does this?
And if you're saying that what happened is not good,
I'm telling you, how does that affect how does that position right there? Because neither Whitaker nor Rosenstein are directly doing investigating. They're managing and they're the heads of state.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the president. Why do you support the president when they?
Because of everything he's done for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he did for you.
He's lowered taxes. He's protected my gun rights. He has protected our borders. He's brought jobs back. He's increased employment for both Mexicans and for blacks and for women, as well as youth, as well. Oh, so you're just not gonna whether it's pennies or not. So all of the different things. There's plenty of reasons. Hey, thanks, Reagan. Peace to you, brother. Good luck. Be safe.
Before I say anything,
yes.
I'm not going to argue. I'm not here to yell at you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I'm not going to yell at you either.
I'm glad that you did. You've been as...
and what's your name?
Z-A-N-E.
Oh, Zane. Okay, cool. Like the musician. Zane. There's a musician, Zane. He's like
the One Direction guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not spelled that way.
Okay, gotcha. And I'm CJ, by the way.
Okay, that's CJ. So, I just wanted to add, because everything that you said about Trump, about his, please don't. Everything that you said about Trump and the employment increase and the fact that there are more jobs now, all of that is true. That's 100% true. But
Started with Obama, though.
that's what I was going to say. And I give Trump credit. He has not stopped the rise in jobs. It hasn't changed at all. It's continued.
As a matter of fact, he's made it go faster.
I have not seen that. I'm not going to say it hasn't.
It went from 1.2 to 3.5.
That may be true.
Well, it is true.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'll tell you what. It's true if you believe the government.
Okay.
And if you don't believe the government, then you can't believe the numbers before either.
Well, it sort of depends. Like, for example, I don't believe a few of the things the government's put out when there's... I'm not going to give any examples right now because I'm going into it.
Yeah.
But they have put out a few documents that there were evidence against on video. So I don't believe everything they put out. That said, that doesn't mean what you just said isn't true.
Yeah.
It just means that I haven't.
Yeah.
Okay. But I did want to bring up, and I wanted to bring up Whale on top of that. I'd probably be better talking to him because he was the one who was talking about it. But I feel like he sort of got his hands full over there.
Yeah.
But, I did want to bring up, though, about, and I don't know if you agree with him on this or not, but earlier you were talking about upholding the Constitution to the fullest amount.
Yeah.
Like, it's not okay to break any of it. You gotta say,
I believe,
okay.
yes.
Okay, cool. Okay. Now, I personally, like, I'm glad the Constitution is there, but I am not object to it changing. That said, that has nothing to do with what's going on.
Well, the founders put in a mechanism to change the Constitution.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to...
And that mechanism is not, I got elected as president.
Right. So I just wanted to lay out all of my points there before I say what I was leading up to. So the emolument clause in Article 2, Section 9, I believe. You'll have to look that up. I could be a little off.
All right. Well, I'm just going to pull up my pocket Constitution here.
Right. If you just, or you could literally just Google emolument clause in the Constitution, and you can find the article.
Okay. Well, let's just go. I know what the emolument clause is.
So you do know about
it doesn't matter where it's located.
Okay. Yeah.
We both know and agree that it's there.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So it does mean that the president has to relinquish his control over any private business while he is in office. He cannot make money through a business while in office.
There's actually debate over that. There is no consensus on that.
There is absolutely. There's going to be a debate on anything.
And I don't believe that's ever possible because no president, if that were the case, then all the presidents that originally were, back in the 18th century, our very first presidents, they would have all stopped doing what they were doing, and they did not.
This is an amendment. This was not originally there. So the people way back then.
But even back then,
depending on when they were in power, it didn't apply to them because it didn't exist yet.
Well, and what I'm saying is, if that's there's disagreement about what that. I don't believe that means if I, C.J. Grisham, become president of the United States, that suddenly I can't run my business. Now, what I can do, or I can't own my business. Now, what I do recognize is that the emolument clause is meant to ensure that people who are in government, the president, does not profit from his position as president. It doesn't mean that he's got to give up his businesses.
No, I would agree with that. I would even agree with putting the businesses in charge, someone in charge of the businesses who he trusts, who can return it at the end of the presidency.
Right.
All of that is totally fine. But he hasn't done any of that. And there is going to be a debate.
He has turned over control of his businesses.
He has, but he still gets the money from their.
Well, yeah, they're his business.
Right,
it's his businesses.
That's the part that has to be turned over. An example: the precedent.
So presidents. So this is the problem with that thinking. And this is why there's a debate on it.
Right.
So a president like Trump, who's an anomaly because, first of all, he wasn't he was a businessman, a very successful businessman. So a man who makes billions of dollars and is living off of a $1 billion lifestyle, so he's got $1 billion bills, as you know, and when I say, I don't mean $1 billion bills like paper money. I mean like bills that a billionaire would have, like electricity, houses, rent, mortgage, whatever. You know, whatever your expenses are in life. So you've got a $1 billion expense life, and under the logic that you're bringing to me, once a president becomes the president, he suddenly has to become a six-figure president.
That's faulty logic because before he goes in to be a president, he knows what he's going into. That's the choice he makes when he goes to become
Whoever he would put in charge of those properties would be the person who that fell under that time. The person who is now in charge of that account financially and legally would be the person who was whose job that would be.
But I'm talking about all of his bills, his homes, his cars, his land.
No, you're right, and I get your argument. I totally get it.
Yeah.
And that is something that should be debated legally.
It should be debated, yeah.
But, I mean, there is precedent.
And I hope, and I don't care if it's a Democrat or Republican, I hope that when it is debated and when it is defined and when it is clarified, that a president does not have to give up his lifestyle if a person wants to be president. Doesn't have to give up his lifestyle in order to serve the people, Democrat or Republican.
He's a public servant.
I think that when you become president, and this is just an opinion, this isn't written anywhere.
Yeah.
But I think when you become president, you have already forfeited your lifestyle just by doing that. I think that you are a public servant, but it goes beyond that because I mean, police officers are public servants, and I wouldn't expect them to give up their lifestyle. But when you're a president, that should be what you do. That should be your life. So I do actually think, and of course, again, this isn't a law. I'm not arguing law. I'm just arguing opinion.
Yeah.
I don't.
Holy shit! All right, so
I do think that their lifestyle is forfeited, and I think it should be forfeited maybe more than it has been, not just with Trump, but just in general on different things. Obviously,
well, you definitely give up some of your life. When you become president, everything changes. I mean,
the last three presidents have all been criticized for their golfing habits, all three of them.
Yeah.
You know, so there are definitely aspects of a lifestyle that have been criticized.
Do you want to hear something that's going to floor you? Trump is a hypocrite for going after Obama for playing golf.
I agree with you.
You just got that from me. See, I'm a very objective person.
I heard you say earlier things that you criticized Trump about. That's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised. But I'm glad you think so. But I'm not surprised. But I just think, and obviously the emolument thing, that is something that does need to be debated. But I think the way that
that's all right.
I do think the way that it is currently written does support the way that I've read it more than it supports the way that you've read it. Now, obviously, I'm not a legal expert.
Hey, that's debatable. I can agree that we can disagree on what that means.
Right. And
that doesn't make you a bad person, and I hope it doesn't make me a bad person.
And the second thing, and this is the last thing I'm saying, because the only two things I want to talk about were about the...
Hang on, this might be my son.
Go ahead.
It is.
Go ahead.
What's up? Yeah, just go all the way down to Congress until you get to First Street or Cesar Chavez, and then make a right, and we're about 2 blocks down. You'll probably hear the noise, but call me when you get to First Street. You're about to make that right, and we'll come meet you on the edge. It's a very calm. It's not an Antifa thing. It's just leftist.
But it's like, but he still has to work.
Well, Congress dead ends into the Capitol. So yeah, as long as you go out the south steps where we always hold our rallies, as long as you go out that way, if you just keep going straight out the door, that's Congress right there. Yeah. Probably not too much longer. Oh no, you can do that. We're going to be here. I mean, you've got time to do that if you want to. All right. Well, just give me a call. Yeah, give me a call when you get to that corner of Congress and First, or I think it's called Cesar Chavez, not First, but you'll know it's after 2nd Street. All right. Bye. All right.
consider that to be evidence. So the other thing that I wanted to ask your opinion about was, I can't give you exact date what's happened, but it was recent in the last couple of weeks. Trump announced that he had the power to amend the Constitution through executive order.
No president has the power to amend the Constitution through executive order.
I just wanted to know your opinion on his statement.
And I don't think he said it in that way. I think he was you're talking about the definition of birthright citizenship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no amendment needed. He can make an executive order because there's no amendment or law that defines birthright citizenship. So therefore, in his power as the chief of the executive...
I think the 14th Amendment...
No, the 14th Amendment doesn't say anything about that. And if you go back and you listen to the debates back in 1861, when they actually debated the 14th Amendment, the author of the bill, Senator Howard, specifically noted that it does not include foreigners who are in the country illegally. He said it in those words. So look up Senator Howard. He's the author of the 14th Amendment. And the point of what they're using for birthright citizenship was pointed towards because here's the thing. If the 14th Amendment automatically conveyed citizenship to people born in the country illegally, right? Why did a few years later we have to pass the Indian Naturalization Act, which made Native Americans citizens? So the thing is, there hasn't been a law that has been passed that creates birthright citizenship. What that is that's a traditional policy, and it's only been an interpretation that several administrations have just done nothing about.
Now, I don't know anything about.
Yeah. I'm a history major, by the way.
But
that doesn't make me smart. It just means I have a piece of paper.
It means you know this thing. It means you know more about this thing than the average person.
The Civil War and the Revolutionary War and Texas are my three foundations. And the reason I know the 14th Amendment so well is because it comes after the Civil War. And the reason the 14th Amendment was needed was because after slaves were freed, the Democrats in the South refused to convey citizenship in the states. And so there was a problem where they were refusing because they didn't want them to be able to vote because they were given with the 13th Amendment the right to vote. Well, the southern states were like, okay, well, citizens have the right to vote. We just won't make black people citizens. So the 14th Amendment was necessary to ensure that the southern states, it was basically saying, oh, okay, you won't pass the laws to do what you should do because everyone has a right to vote in this country. So we're going to pass the 14th Amendment to ensure that those black people and their children are made citizens and able to vote.
So I did read the 14th Amendment yesterday before I came here.
Yeah. Do you want me to pull it up for you?
No.
Oh, okay.
But the way that I did read it did seem pretty specific about people being born in the United States being natural citizens. Now, this could
be subject to the jurisdiction thereof.
Now, like I said, this could be an example of letter of the law versus spirit of the law.
Yeah.
This could very easily be argued as that.
Yeah.
But really what I was asking about wasn't about
That's okay, they're having fun. That's what it's about. It's about fun.
What I was asking about, though, wasn't necessarily the content of the amendment. That wasn't really what I was asking about.
Yeah.
I was asking about his assertion that he had the authority to change it. And he did say the actual quote, which I'm paraphrasing slightly, but not a ton.
Let's pull up the exact quote, because I want to make sure that if I'm discussing this with you, if he said, I'll tell you this, if he said that he has the power to amend the Constitution, he's wrong.
What he said was they were saying that we needed congressional approval to make this amendment or to make this change.
That he has the executive approval? Yeah.
No. He was saying they were saying that we needed the congressional approval to make this change, but I've now been told that is inaccurate and that I can make it through an executive order.
Well,
now again, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm only paraphrasing a little.
All he can, and what he's, here's what I believe that means. Okay, I don't know what Trump means. I don't know what you mean when you say things. But this is how I interpret that. He has the power because there is no law and there is no constitutional provision that directly says illegal immigrants born here are conferred citizenship. Because there's no law that says that, what Trump is saying is, I have the power to say, okay, there's no law, and there's been the government has been doing this. They just started doing this back in, okay, I'm not going to even go in when it was, but it was a few decades ago. Yeah, it's been a while. The government just kind of started doing this, just started conferring birthright citizenship to illegals, and it was just never challenged. So it's almost like this. and this is and I'm going to admit, this is a way out there analogy, okay? This is in no way whatsoever applicable, but it's the only analogy that came to my head real quick. It's no different than a serial killer after he gets caught saying, well, wait a minute, but I've always been killing. What's wrong with it? I've been killing for 20 years. It should be okay. And that's what the government's been doing. Just because the government gets away with something for so long doesn't make it right or even legal.
Amend your analogy just slightly.
Yes.
Because we're going to use the exact same analogy.
And it's an absurd analogy that I use. I'll tell you that.
What I'm about to argue, if this analogy was accurate, is absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
But there is a slight amendment, I think, that would make this analogy more accurate.
Okay.
It would be not that a serial killer had been killing people and was like, oh, well, I've got away with it this whole time, why can't I do it later? It would be that it was... the precedent had come down from the government that he could.
Yeah.
Before. That would be the one thing I would amend about that analogy. It is a ridiculous analogy, and that is a ridiculous
argument. Well, no, that's actually better than my analogy.
Okay.
But the precedent, keep in mind, precedents are created in the courts. Traditions are created in government. So I would say it's been more of a tradition because it's just been done. But the courts haven't decided on this particular issue yet. So there is no precedent. It's just tradition.
I would argue that...
Now we're just talking words, though.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say.
It's just words.
That it's semantics.
Right.
I was going to say the difference between tradition and...
precedent.
And precedent when it's been held up legally for so long is really just semantics.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not a real argument, and I don't mean between you and I.
Yeah.
I mean that there's not a difference between two words.
I've got a better analogy for you.
As broad as that.
So I'm a gun rights guy. That's what I've been doing for the last 5 years. I've been an activist for gun rights. So for many, many years, we've had a law. It's in the government code that cities can't create laws that are more strict than state law when it relates to guns. So where they can and can't regulate guns and all that kind of stuff. When I started Open Carry Texas, one of the things we found is that so many cities forever have these ordinances that have been on the books about carrying a loaded rifle in the streets. Well, that ordinance violates state law. So as we started challenging these things, what we were told was, well, this is just the way we've always done it. And so we're going to enforce it because it's never been challenged. That's what Trump is doing now, is he's challenging something that's been on the books for...
And which one of these is, in your example, which one of these is the one that we've always been doing? Is it the one with the rifles or the
I'm talking about the ordinance that the city had banning loaded rifles if I was walking down the road, so there were many cities that had ordinances that said you can't have a loaded rifle walking down the road or sidewalk or whatever. And until we challenged that, literally what we were told was, this is the way we've always been doing it. Okay, well, you've been doing it wrong. So, my wife tells me all the time, everything I'm doing is wrong, but I just keep doing it. That doesn't make it right. So what we're going to need, and here's the great thing about what Trump's doing with the 14th Amendment, it's going to force a court opinion. And so if Trump wasn't out there challenging what he believes is his authority, and what I believe is his authority, I mean, if I'm going to be honest, then we would never know for sure. We'd be continuing to have this argument over, okay, what does the 14th Amendment mean? So what he's doing is he's actually creating the circumstances to where we're going to have a lawsuit and the Supreme Court will come down and say, this is what the 14th Amendment means. If you break into my country illegally and you pop out a child, boom, magically there you're a citizen. Or it's going to say, no, here's what the debate said when we were actually debating the amendment. This is how it was argued for and against the amendment.
They're just independent people who have...
I'm just a citizen. I'm just a Texan.
Yeah.
I've even got my Texas mask. I'm Captain Texas.
They were saying...
I'm the Darth Texan. That's who I am.
You want me to pop it for you?
Yeah, they were thinking that you would edit the video, and I'm like, they won't.
No, this video is live. This video is live,
really?
and it will not be edited in any way whatsoever. It will be saved.
And you're
Hello.
Open Carry Texas.
Open Carry Texas, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Zane, I want to thank you for making me think. And no, seriously, for having a passionate conversation. I can't tell you how many videos I have of people who just want to shout me down and just want to yell over me, and we don't want to talk and have a conversation.
I'll be honest, the reason that I came here tonight, I came here for two reasons. One, to add a body to the number that gets reported.
Yeah.
But the other reason was to try to de-escalate any shouting matches that happen.
And I will never escalate a shouting match at all.
No, you've done a great job.
And I would stop it anyway because I got a bullhorn. the shouting match would be over.
I'll be honest with you.
What's that?
You had to turn it on.
No.
When you guys first showed
I
up,
brought
I
it
was
to.
worried about that.
I brought it to show the people who protest me and my rallies. So I brought this to show that just because you bring a bullhorn doesn't mean you have to be an asshole. So remember, those of you that come and protest my rallies, you can be civilized. So anyway,
I agree.
this is just my symbolic speech right here.
All right, well, I'm gonna head out.
All right, Zane.
But it's been a nice conversation.
It has. Thank you, sir. Take care of yourself. God bless you.
Are you staying here?
All right. What shall we do now? Oh, Chris is on his way. He wanted to grab some
Talking
keys.
about his- talking about his-
My son, Chris.
Oh, he's coming down here?
He's coming down. He wants to get the keys so they can take some stuff back to the car.
Okay.
If that's okay. Okay. I told him let me know when he gets to the corner and we'll. All right.
Life, that dude was a rally organizer.
Oh, is he? The guy I was talking to?
He was on Lotto's car. The Lotto's car set him up one time and met with him. I told
Oh,
him
was
to
that
get
the
me in it.
that the dude that said that that worked at the coffee station or whatever?
No,
that was a different dude.
No, that was a young kid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna find out who he is.
All right. Well, what shall we do now? Should we walk around a little bit and just talk?
Yeah, sure.
I'll walk in.
How's it going?
Car, dude. I just don't talk to him. This lady, she was so triggered, dude.
Oh, I know, man. That's what happens when you're like too confused about what gender you are. Yeah.
I've been driving that traffic hard for the
Yeah. Where's oh, here we go. Where's the oh shoot, okay. I didn't want to leave him by himself. What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Why is it already not enough?
Yeah, yeah, it seems
Will
like-
it ever be too much?
America deserves to know the truth.
Yes, they do. I believe you. So let's go. So here's what I'll do. We'll. I'm gonna look at some of the signs. Go say hi to everybody.
Oh yeah, that's right. Go make corruption, expose that shit. Hey, listen, we're about to reach the age of Aquarius. You know what that means? No. Government corruption exposed. No more need for laws. No more need for the guideline theory. We're gonna start doing things for humanitarianism shit. I agree with 2 out of 4 of those statements. Hey, listen, brother. Right now we're leaving the age of Pisces. The age of Pisces was the age of religion and deception. Right now we're stepping into the age of Aquarius. That's why a lot of government corruption is being exposed.
I'm a Pisces. I'm not going anywhere.
Nah, bro. Hey, apparently you're part of the problem. Hey, listen.
Apparently, I'm part of the problem. Yeah.
Zodiac ages last 2,160 years. Did you ever notice why they had Jesus say he's the fisher of men? Did you know early Christians, they used to do half a fish, and if you were a Christian, you do the other half of the fish, and we'll have church in private? I thought they needed one fish for like 4,000 people. You see what I'm saying?
All right. There's always keep Austin weird, folks. Keep Austin weird. All right. I'm gonna come up here. You want me to hold the flag for a while? You sure? Yeah, I'll hold it for a little while.
Because it was blowing, and it was hitting people in the face.
Let's go like on the peripheral here.
Yeah, I like that shit. Exposing mode, bro.
Have a good night, bro.
All right. Oh, that's all right. All right. So, what's that? Just a few minutes ago. They'll be here probably about 10 minutes.
I'd love to get a shot of these signs when they walk on this ground. Come on, red light.
There, little trigger device there. Little Trump trigger. Little Trump trigger.
Oh yeah, it works.
I'm gonna walk up here. Let's go walk up here. I don't want to accidentally hit people in the face with the flag, so I'm gonna go where there's not as many people. Just walk around. All right. So what do you guys think? I'm looking at the chat feed now. I'm sorry I didn't Sorry, I did not look at the chat feed while I was talking. I was engaged in some very deep conversations. So we're at the Hold Trump Accountable rally or whatever it's called. There's only 4 of us here. We didn't post anything. We just decided to come out. There were probably, I don't know, what, 400, maybe 300, something like that. Yeah, there are about 400 or 500 people here,
Very peaceful.
protesting Trump, and had a lot of good conversations. No, haven't seen any Antifa folks.
2. There were
2?
2. Yeah,
Were there?
They came out with their soy masks on. I think
Oh, did they?
evaporated though because the soy melted.
Oh gosh.
With tears
Well, see, I was
because
hoping
we were
if they come out with their masks on, I can put my mask on, and we can see whose mask is cooler.
pretty peaceful out here. We get, you know, the
I'm impressed though. Hey, I'm impressed. They're flying American. I have never seen an American flag at a leftist rally. Ever.
I've never seen Antifa fly Old Glory. And
Never.
I want to go up and hug them.
Yes, I think it's amazing.
We got hugs today from people who totally adamantly disagreed with us, but because we had an honest conversation with them, they were happy. You know why? Because they don't get honest conversations from anybody.
Yeah, it's I'm flabbergasted. At first, I thought I was at the wrong rally because I started seeing American flags. There's 1, 2. Actually, there's a bunch
There's a lady handing out. She's got a box of little ones, and she's handing them out.
Nice. So I mean, I'm impressed. I think they're learning the optics battle a little bit.
Absolutely. Even if it's not true, just do it.
Yeah. What's that? Oh.
You know, the irony of this. Normally they burn these flags. Now they're out here trying to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Like somebody said on my feed, this time last year, weren't they saying they wanted Sessions fired because he was racist?
When was the last time you saw an anti-Trump rally holding up American flags?
I know, right?
I guarantee there's Antifa in here holding up flags. Brainwashed little motherfuckers.
Yeah, honk for Trump! I would love to have a flag. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having them and handing them out.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right, so anyone out there, you got any questions, any comments? Anything?
Hey, Jeremy said what's up.
What's up, Jeremy?
Yeah, where's he at, loafer?
Yeah, what's up? What are you doing on the internet, you slacker?
He's raising 2 kids, man. He can't just come
Yeah.
out. And he works all day. He lives
believe me,
bad.
I know.
I'm not going to tell you where he lives.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Jeremy, you know what it really means? It just means that you have a job.
What are you saying?
It means that we're lazy bums.
We're bums.
We're just bums.
It means that we have second shift.
It
We
Yeah.
work the morning.
It means we joined the Democratic bums.
I have to get up at 5 a.m. for my job.
Right.
Oh, hang on. Can you hold that? I think my phone's ringing.
Yep.
I'm up before. I know.
Oh, where's my phone?
Oh, he's probably up at the corner.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah, that's him.
Tell him to walk to the front.
Hello. Okay, make a right, and we'll start headed your way. All right,
Yeah,
bye.
Sure, I'm kind of baffled at this too. They got all these American flags. I think they're
All
trying
right.
to get,
Yeah, let's go meet him.
I got this.
You got it?
Wouldn't support them if they were burning the flags.
Okay.
We're gonna walk to the corner. Yep. That's right. We'll be all right. Imagine how different the world would be. We might not have had that one. Maybe. Yes, we should
Okay. I wish there was like smell-o-vision. People smell like piss out here. My gosh. Yeah, they're pissed off because the racist Jeff Sessions was fired and they don't like it. That racist, he's such a racist, but oh my gosh, they fired him. And so they don't like the fact that Whitaker, they think that that Whitaker was unconstitutionally installed. And so one of the things that I brought up was, okay, so because they're talking about the fact that Rosenstein should be the next in line. They haven't put any restrictions on me, Jack. They haven't put any restrictions on us. We've just been walking back and forth. But they think that Rosenstein should have been the next in line. Well, I tried to bring up the logic behind that thinking. Okay, well, let's just pretend that you're right. And what Trump should have done is just promoted Rosenstein. Well, then what would just stop him from firing Rosenstein? And at some point, you're going to lose that deep bench, and you're going to have to appoint a temporary person to that position. So the logic doesn't sit out here. And so I will probably concede that it's possible that Trump put the interim AG.
What's going on? I was right by. We're all protesting Whitaker, like the new attorney general, to recuse himself.
So anyway. Let's see. You can't hire a favorable person to influence an investigation against yourself. That's why we're here.
Here they come.
So in other words, Jelly Roll is saying that it's possible, there's potential, that it's influence. They are throwing around the word obstruction a lot, but they won't say how it's obstruction because nothing's been done to influence the bogus investigation anyway. So anyway, that's sort of the argument.
What do you think of do you mind if I get you on camera? Well, you're in public, so I'm going to do it anyway. So.
Wait, why?
Just because I'm Facebook Live. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, it's just great. So you're a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what do you think of limiting the Russian investigation?
I think he's been in that position for less than 48 hours, and we've got a lot of talking to do still. A lot of figuring out to do. Who's we? Well, I think the people have a lot of questions to ask.
Yeah, but Whitaker has already said that the scope of the Russian investigation has already gone way too far and needs to not go into the Trump family finances.
Okay.
So I'm curious.
So he wants to go back to what, 1985, Mueller?
Whoa, I didn't say that.
No, I'm just asking a question.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah. Has Mueller have there been any parameters put on what Mueller can investigate and what he can't investigate?
I think it was actually, it was like the Trump campaign.
Chris, did you guys get the key?
Yeah, we're just going to explore the protests.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we're going to go back.
All right, yeah, you look like you fit in.
So are both sides on this area?
We're the only other side.
Any other, where are the other people at?
Everyone's right there.
This is
crimes,
it?
This wasn't a big thing. This was just me and Greg saying, hey, let's go down to the rally.
That's it?
Yeah, this wasn't going to be a big thing. It's us and Chris. Oh, actually, no. There's 3 other guys. They're here somewhere. Oh, they're right over here.
Okay.
But no, there's only 5 of us total. This was just one of those things. Hey, let's go have fun and talk to hippies.
Many times I did. So what are we?
Oh, did he?
Hang on. So what's the conclusion? What
Hey,
are you open to help?
can you flip me off again so I can get it on camera? I missed it. Thank you. I just want to make sure that you get the reaction you were looking for. What good is flipping me off if I don't see it? I just wanted to make sure I could see it. Thank you. Have a great day.
I would like Mueller to find it out.
I love lefties. Don't you love the left?
This is going to sit over here and argue with you about Benghazi.
Benghazi?
They're really going to send nobody to Secretary of State. Exactly, it's her job.
Let's say June 1st. Let's just say we'll take middle.
She didn't make no phone calls tonight. Exactly, you dumbass.
Good point, Mark. Very good point.
Unlimited?
I'm not a lawyer.
Is my camera still going? Yep, still going.
But you see, the thing is, though,
And I just want to make clear that. Oh, sorry. I just want to make clear I haven't used my bullhorn up to this point. I've been very respectful not using my bullhorn. But I want to make clear that I do have a bullhorn. And I can use it if I'm forced. How y'all doing? Have a good day. Take care.
So when
It
Trump
can be.
gets reelected, it's going to still be going. Trump will be reelected.
Unless Bernie
Unless Bernie or
Beto can't even beat Ted. So he's not going to beat Trump. But that's another story.
I'm whispering into the floor. There's no fascism in America.
I am hoping nothing is found.
I agree. Let's stop American fascism. Let's change our education system.
That's right, my brother.
Get rid of the liberal education system. Go to a homeschooling and private entity. Get rid of the educational system fascist. That's right.
Thomas Edison created a light bulb. Thomas Edison ain't created a bitch ass thing. Get rid of the lies. All right, Pete Nikola Tesla, man.
But Thomas Edison did create the condom.
He didn't. And he created electric chair to fry your ass. All DC electricity, which he used to.
I made that last statistic up, by the way.
Thomas Edison ain't know about deep light. They teaching me he invented a light bulb. They need to get rid of lies in school. They been lying to me. They lied about the whole fucking history. They telling me lies. Talking about Thomas Edison created a light bulb. He ain't created no bitch ass light bulb. He created the goddamn electric chair to fry my bitch ass. He ain't nothing but a deep lighter.
God bless the electric chair.
Get rid of fascism in America. Live in a direct way back then to be known, man. Let's get rid of it, baby. Let's overhaul, redo the whole system, man. We need
Make America electric again.
Oh, look, you got some more people right you right.
We're at. Oh, okay.
They got no flags on
Are you guys protecting us? You're not my security? Oh, okay. Well, let me know if somebody comes up and they're going to attack me. Because I know you guys don't like violence, right? You abhor violence, right? So? So what kind of violence do you like? What? Absolutely, amen. The only good violence is violence in defense of violence. Thank you very much. Self-defense is the only legitimate form of violence. We agree on something. See, all we had to do was talk. That's it.
I don't know, Chuck. I'm not going to ask. I don't want to know.
What's that?
Yes, that counts as playing pocket pool.
That's a pretty dog. He's got a beautiful dog there.
And the entertainment never stops.
Yeah.
Oh, they got
We've got an audience.
They've got another one planned.
I feel like I should do a comedy trick or something. So start giving some.
They've got another thing planned for the 13th, dude.
So they had probably, I would say about 400 people here today. I'd say about 400. I don't see a big police presence.
Wow, well, aloha.
I didn't say 40. You only had 40? I counted more than that. I counted like 400. Did I count everyone 10 times? Pretty sure you had about 400, not 40. All right, just making sure. I can go back to my live video and bring up the fact that I said 400. What's that?
Did you count the brown ones?
The what? What do you mean brown ones?
Just wondering if you counted the brown people.
Brown people?
Yeah.
I counted people. Yeah, I counted people. That includes pretty much. I don't understand how you see people differently like that.
don't understand
are you
color?
are you a racist that you see people with colors? Because I saw people here, but I didn't. Unlike you, I didn't even notice what they look like. I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's weird that you would focus so heavily on race. Do you have white guilt? Is that what it is?
No, not.
Are you sure? Aren't you supposed to have white guilt?
No.
Okay.
That's not the kind of liberals that are here today.
Just trying to make sure, because I frankly didn't know. As a matter of fact, I don't know what you would consider to be a brown person, by the way. Who would you consider to be a brown person?
I don't know. I'm kind of tan, dude. I'm a little dark.
You're kind of brown. I got freckles. That makes me partially brown. All right. Let me go see. If you guys want to point out brown people to me, I mean, because I won't know what they look like. I see people. I see human beings down here. I see one race, the human race. That's what I see right here. Where? Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool.
No, they're not. Oh, Jared. But you happen to be a Mexican person. I happen to be
All right.
What?
Where is? I don't want to leave Greg behind over here. Yeah, Greg's over here. I'm gonna put my flag. I'm gonna try and put my flag somewhere where I can hold it. Oh, my camera stopped. I gotta change the battery. Would you mind holding that for me for a second? I just need to change my battery here.
Without being bitter and feeling like the world was fucking me over, I don't know how I got here.
Wait, what is a poll? I just noticed
Someone who will certify the
Oreos too?
People like broke in and like tried to steal some like
There we go. All right. Sorry about that. I had to change my battery out on my body cam here. Are you ready to walk?
Hey, do you remember the incident in 2008 where there was a Black Panther, that the voting intimidation in Philadelphia, where he had the billy club in his hand?
There were several, yeah.
And what did Eric Holder do about that situation?
I think he went to sleep.
He refused.
He did. He refused to prosecute. He refused to investigate.
So they saw a video and still refused to acknowledge what they saw. But Whitaker's got to go.
So someone else took it as a Black Panther was aggressively doing something.
It was a Black.
But they were certified.
Yeah, if they're certified poll watchers,
He wasn't a certified poll watcher. Those guys were not certified poll watchers. No, they were not. CNN said so.
They are certified poll watchers.
Oh, that makes all. I am corrected. CNN said so.
Black Panthers that were marching around polling booths this year, armed to the teeth.
I don't trust any news organization. Yeah.
That happened this year.
I don't trust any of them.
We have to draw. Wait, why? For something?
Because they all have some form of what they report.
What?
They're all biased.
We're human, right?
Yeah. So that's why I don't trust the media. But I get media from everywhere.
The idea is that if you get like enough different news, or if you get your news from many different sources,
which I do.
Good. Then like you should be able to piece together, okay, what is everyone saying in common, and then whatever's not common, okay, that's the bias. You can probably throw that away, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like the news can be trustworthy.
One American News just gives you the story, and then they don't do an opinion until you tune in late at night. And you could watch an opinion show, but they just report.
I don't want an opinion or whatever. I want the actual analysis. I want them to tell it to me straight.
They give you news, and then they let you.
I want the news to just report the facts.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem is that they determine exactly. They determine what the facts are or what facts they're going to report.
From your source, and your source has a viewpoint.
Right. That's why I don't trust the media.
There are no such things as facts.
That's why I don't trust the media.
No, there are such things as facts. There's reality.
But your facts come from your source, and your source has
or experience, or observation.
Like.
Eyewitness testimony is the lowest form of testimony, right? So a person may misunderstand.
If you noticed, I had a series of things that lead to facts. So facts come from a variety of sources. It's a fact that you're standing in front of me right now because I observe you standing in front of me. So that's a fact, and I observed it. I'm an eyewitness to the fact that you're standing in front of me. Now, I can also say I observed you point a gun at me, but that would not be fact, but I could still report it. I'm just saying that's why you can't trust any source. You have to consider biases in everything.
You're saying that you have to even question the observation.
Yes. Yes. Because everybody looks at the same incident in different ways and from different perspectives. Some people look at an incident and see a guy who just got his ass beat. Another person might look at that same guy that got his ass beat and go, wait a minute, he's black. He got his ass beat because he was black. Another person might see that and go, no, he got his ass beat because he was wearing a tank top.
Right.
You know, so, but yet the only fact is a guy got his ass beat.
Right.
So
my friend and I are graduate students in science.
Okay.
And so we have experience with exactly this, which is that no theory is ever entirely established as fact.
Amen.
Right. So you file the evidence and you file the evidence. Nobody can say like, oh, we know this for sure.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but I think practically speaking, at some point, there's so much overwhelming evidence that for practical reasons, you shouldn't be able to just like.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So in the case,
The more sources you get, the more substantial and more relatable, I'm missing the word here, a certain fact becomes.
Right. It gains momentum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I guess the way that relates to our presidency is I see a mounting number of pieces of evidence that point to very similar behavior over time. And I guess that's what convinces me.
And the behavior is what?
Yeah, what behavior?
Yeah, so a lot of it would be, for example, many instances where comments or rhetoric given by the White House support division as opposed to bringing people together.
Which is historically every president.
Well,
Obama was great at that. He perfected it, and Trump then like added to it.
Well, for one example, one piece of rhetoric that I did not particularly enjoy is when there were neo-Nazis on the street. And even though the world as a whole has experience with this particular group of people, not explicitly condemned.
They were not explicitly what?
They were not explicitly condemned by the president. So
okay.
I just can't think of a good reason as to why the condemnation won't take place. Now, if there were a new radical group, we could have a different.
But do you think? I don't believe that Obama should be condemning everything I wanted him to condemn,
Sure.
and I don't think Trump should be condemning everything that somebody might say, hey, you need to condemn this. I mean, that's not his job as the president.
No.
And he did condemn it, just not as quickly as they wanted him to, because it's a. I mean, look, the president is not a racist and does not support Nazis. So a common sense person that's objective, an objective common sense person would go, that is so aberrant. The fact that there are Nazis out there, or that there are racists or skinheads. Why should we have to vocalize the fact that it's a pretty? The general idea is that that's pretty aberrant. What he did.
I actually don't think the president is racist per se. I think it doesn't factor into the rhetoric, because it turns out that a great number of these people voted for him. So I see a conflict of interest there. More than racism, I actually see a conflict of interest, which is to say there are people on the street that support me, and outright condemnation of them would hurt me in terms of votes or popularity.
So him denouncing David Duke wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. No, because there are.
So what should he have done? He's an
all
asshole.
of the Nazis.
Okay.
All of them. All of the Nazis.
So name.
His actions,
but they also
show
voted
that he's
for
a
Barack
racist.
Obama. So Barack Obama,
Actions speak louder than
that's a
words.
conflict of interest.
Yeah, Louis Farrakhan is an extremist, Muslim, Jew-hating anti-Semite.
So you're telling me that?
You don't know who Louis Farrakhan is? No, we're making the equation that Louis Farrakhan is an anti-Semite. He talks about the extermination of Jews. He talks about the extermination of Israel. He's an American. He calls Jews termites. That is no different. What's that?
He sounds like a shitty person.
He's a shitty person, just like those neo-Nazis are shitty people. But I don't hold it against Obama that he never denounced Louis Farrakhan, who supported Obama. Just like I don't hold it against Trump that these Nazis might happen to vote or support Trump. Does that make sense? It's the exact same thing, but it's two opposite sides of this. Who supports them? He does not support them. How does he support them? What actions? What actions?
What he's done to support
What has he done to support them?
No, so in Charlottesville, like, was
Yeah,
Charlottesville?
Charlottesville is the big one.
Was that the one where the car ran into the?
Yes, after the car was attacked and he stepped on the gas and hit that woman.
I remember like saying that like there's wrongdoing on both sides. Like
There was one.
He said there were good people.
I was in Charlottesville. You're having a conversation with somebody who was in the middle of that. So
He was actually there.
Conversation. I was there.
Okay, yeah, sure.
There was wrong on both sides.
And there was also good on both sides.
But if the Nazis like attacked,
But they weren't all Nazis. They weren't all Nazis. The people who attacked, the people who did the attacking were Nazis. But the guy that with the car, if you watch the video, they started attacking his car and hitting his car with sticks, and he hit the gas and he ran into that woman. Now that doesn't make the fact that he's a Nazi any better.
His car admitted it openly more than once online. There are more than one comment he made where he admits to attacking that man's car with a rifle. What are you going to do when a mob attacks your car? Hit the gas and get out of here.
No, you're not.
That's what I'm going to do, or I'm going to start shooting. Which one do you prefer?
Ezra Hines did not die.
If someone attacks me, so I just sit there and get attacked? Is that what I'm supposed to do? If my car is getting, if I'm getting attacked and my life is in danger, what do you want me to do? No. If I'm in danger, what am I supposed to do?
You're safe in a car?
They're breaking the windows. Why would they break? Why would they break the window? No, you get out of there. Okay, so if I'm attacked, I should just kind of. Please stop attacking me, man. Please stop. Yeah, I'm gonna go slow.
You creep forward until people get out of the way. You push forward slowly. That's what you're trained
When
to
you
do.
are surrounded by a mob, you just creep forward.
Yeah, until they people will start.
So it's not natural that when people are attacked, they run.
You're gonna ram people.
It's not natural that when people are attacked, they run. You think that people just kind of slowly try to get out of the area?
If you're being mobbed, you just keep moving forward in your car that's bigger than people.
No, I'm looking at it now.
And they will.
And your car windows are being smashed as you go slow.
It takes a lot to smash.
It doesn't take a lot to smash a side window at all.
Like into them?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Agree to disagree.
Well,
Car windows are hard
no,
to smash.
windshields and rear windshields are very hard because that's
Unless you have a special tool.
it's not very hard when you've got a pole at all. And actually, all you,
I am not going to argue.
I know you're not going to argue because it destroys your argument about the fact that not everyone there. You're telling me that Trump supports Nazis. You tell me that Trump. What actions?
What I'm saying is.
You haven't said what actions yet.
His actions in the whole scheme of things.
What actions?
Can I finish?
I'm asking you what actions.
Okay. Not another word till I finish a fucking sentence.
I'll talk when I want to. I
rude.
just want to hear actions. You said actions.
Then you can just sit here and talk.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I will shut my. What was the word you used? The F word. Okay, I'll shut that, and you go ahead and talk. I'll tell you what. When I'm ready to talk, when I'm allowed to talk, you just let me know you can talk now. All right, I'm done. I'm done until you give me permission to talk. Go ahead and go.
There's no one around there though. There's no one in this alley.
I was there. I've seen every video on it.
So you don't have any actions that Trump has done. I think you're shutting up because there are no actions that you can defend or you can point to. That's why you won't talk.
I just like to see what.
But idiots need to know the truth. I don't want to be an idiot. I want you to tell me the truth.
You can't even hold a civil conversation. That's part of the problem with this side and that side and that side.
Okay, let's have a civil. I am sorry. I apologize. Let's have a civil conversation.
Proving that you cannot have a civil conversation.
I haven't used profanity once yet. You have.
Oh, I love profanity.
Okay. I mean, I don't think that's very civil.
I don't care if it's civil or not.
Oh, so you don't care about civility, but yet you care that I'm being uncivil to you.
Civil until you pushed all of my buttons, and I don't have to fucking be civil. Fuck is my favorite word.
Congratulations, you're a degenerate. Yeah. All right. So what actions have Trump?
Have a civil conversation, and apparently you can't because if you
I'm trying to have one.
keep interrupting, then you think you're winning.
Okay.
So
I'm done.
by shutting up.
Is that what you think?
I don't have to lower myself
Okay.
to have that kind of conversation.
Gotcha.
I know I'm right. And I know what I feel.
Yes.
And I know how I feel about Trump. And I know that he's a fucking idiot. I'm more scared of Pence, so I'll deal with Trump. I'd rather deal with a fucking idiot that doesn't know anything, that spouts off like a 12-year-old.
That's me. You're talking to one now.
No, I'd
Yeah.
rather live with a 12-year-old idiot that spouts off on Twitter that doesn't know anything about the law or running a country than to deal with the scary man Pence that is evil and hearted and that will
But at least with that
do true
previous
damage
video,
to my friends and the LGBT
he was in an open
Open alley. There's no one around. That's what I'm more scared about.
How has he done damage?
What's going to happen to the LGBT community?
Well, no, I mean, I'm
women.
looking. I mean,
That's
like,
my
help me
two
out, man.
big buttons.
Okay, so what's going to happen to him? What's going to happen to LGBT and women if you won't talk about Nazis?
They're actually writing them out of complete, that they don't exist. I think they're actually going to make them not exist.
Who is?
Trump.
How?
Pence. They're actually changing the definition of gender so that it doesn't include transgender. Like you're not even going to be transgender. That you're not even going to exist. And if you want to get into a physical fight, I will get physical with you if you want to actually try to even fucking argue.
That there are only two genders?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only two.
Because I'm fixing to punch you in the face and you can...
And it's okay. You know, you can punch me all you want.
Not even,
but you know what? You're a woman.
Not even
and so if you want to punch me, I will punch back.
That's fine.
Because if you want to punch like a man, I'll punch like a man.
Doesn't even count.
I didn't say that. When did I say that? When did I say that?
Do you really think there are two genders?
There's two genders.
People can transgender into another, that they're not just born that way and they're not allowed to go to whatever fucking bathroom they want to go to because of their gender identification? You are a fucking idiot.
Well, I don't identify as an idiot though, so I can't be an idiot.
I identify.
You can't force my identity.
You're a black female.
You can't force.
I am a black lesbian Asian woman.
Then I'm proud of you.
And you will accept that.
I accept that. If that's who you identify as, I accept that.
Well, except that it's a farce. I mean, I can say whatever, but I still am a man.
If you want to be a woman,
and every man that's born a man will always be a man, and they might think they're a woman, but
and that's where you're wrong.
Okay.
You're wrong down to your absolute very cellular.
I love people who are men who believe they're women. I mean, I don't think they should be erased from history. I think they should be respected. I'm not going to buy into the delusion that a man thinks he's a woman or a woman thinks she's a man. I'm not going to buy into that. Because I understand science, I understand gender.
Because you're ignorant.
It looks like the phone is down.
It's ignorant.
So failing to buy into a false argument is ignorance?
It's not buying into it.
It is.
It's ignorance, that's all.
No.
Have you ever known someone that was transgender?
Actually, yes, I do.
So how can you not
So I love them.
understand?
And that guy who is transgendered into a woman is still a guy who thinks he's a woman.
But he's not a guy.
He is a guy.
He was born a woman in the wrong body.
Really?
Yeah.
Argument out there real quick.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not so much about being born a woman in the wrong body as it is about the way that gender roles have been.
This isn't about roles. Roles are societally imposed.
I agree with that, and that's
Yes.
what I'm saying. That's what I agree with that. And that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that the gender roles that we have been imposed are pretty like black and white dichotomous. That we have man and we have woman. And if you are born into one of those specific genders, you don't necessarily feel like that. Like the man is generally viewed as the breadwinner, the woman is viewed as the caretaker. And if you are born as a man, but you have a caretaking soul, a caretaking nature, then based on the way society is structured, there isn't really a good way to present to society how you are feeling other than to say, I feel like I was born a woman.
And that's fine. And I agree with that. If a man wants to take on a gender role of a woman, he may take on that role of a woman. All he wants to do. It doesn't make him less of a man. It just makes him identify that he believes that he in a gender role that is typically assigned to a woman. So if a man wants to do womanly things, by all means, dress like a woman, pretend you're a woman, call yourself a womanly name, do whatever womanly things do. But I thought the feminist thing was there are no womanly roles and manly roles. But a man is still a man regardless of what he does in society and what role he takes on. So he might take on a feminine role, but he is still a he taking on a feminine role.
So why do we have such a...
Because we're talking physiology versus...
Why do we have such a hard line set definitive into, like, we need to divide man and woman?
Because men have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Okay, cool, but like what is that? What effect does that have on society?
That's just science. It has nothing to do with society. I'm talking about people who say that I'm supposed to accept that a man is a woman when a man is a man.
No, but like if that man was a woman, would you treat them differently?
No, I don't treat anyone differently.
So then why does it matter if they're a woman?
I am just not going to go into this idea and this cater to this belief that someone thinks they are something they are not physically. I cannot say I'm a dog and expect people to go, okay, you're a dog.
Okay, but I mean...
Because I'm not a dog, no matter how much I say I am.
Yeah, you're talking
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's one chromosome or a million chromosomes. We're talking about...
You treat a dog differently than you treat a man, right?
I treat everyone... well, people and dogs are different. People and dogs are different, yeah. And I treat dogs different than trees, and I treat dogs different than cats, and I treat,
different than cockroaches.
But I treat people the same.
Yeah, exactly. You should treat people the same. So
And I treat my male dog like a male dog, and a female dog like a female dog, because my female dog is going to have the puppies, and my male dog is going to be the sperm. And regardless of whether my male dog decides it wants to be a female dog, it still can't have puppies, but it can still inject a woman with the seeds to create puppies.
So outside of the whole reproductive argument,
Well, that's what defines a man and a woman.
I know,
That's what makes the difference between the two genders.
I know, but
The two
a man
genders.
wants to be a woman. He's not going to suddenly give birth out of a phantom baby. So that's a non-issue.
Which means he's not a woman, and he will never be a woman.
I know. So he may be foregoing that aspect.
Well, he doesn't have a choice, but he doesn't have a choice, and he can embrace all that.
And why would he not treat him the way he wants to be treated?
Who said I'm not going to treat him the way he's going to be treated? But I am not going to buy into the delusion that a man is a woman.
That's fair. I mean, as far as genetics go, I agree. There's male and female due to XX versus
Yes.
Y. But as far as how people are accepted and treated in society, there's a vast difference.
Why can't we just treat everyone with respect and not have to buy into the delusion that somebody is what they're not?
Well, that would be amazing. Like there was.
But that's all I want. That's all I want is everyone to be respected.
Awesome, and I commend you for that view.
I think gay people have a right to be gay, transgender people have a right to be transgender, but I don't have to be forced to accept this false reality.
But what influence does this false reality have on your actual reality?
It doesn't matter what the influence is.
Oh, it does.
It's my, this is my feelings, and they want me to accept their feelings, but they won't accept my feelings. So I revert to reality. I revert to reality.
Say, my name is Forrest, okay?
Yeah.
But what if I feel like I was born a Peter?
Well, that's a name. That's something that's given to us.
I know, but like
by,
as far as your life goes,
that's imposed on us by society.
I'm a Forrest or I'm a Peter have any influence on your life?
Well, I don't care what you call yourself.
I know, but the thing is, here's the thing. In my life, if I'm born a Forrest and I want to run track in high school, I'm gonna have to deal with incessant jokes of people thinking they're being clever with the run Forrest run joke. If I don't want to deal with that, because I feel like I was born a Peter,
then become a Peter.
I know exactly.
My name is Chris.
And you're gonna call me Peter,
My name is Chris, but I go by
You're
CJ.
gonna call me Peter?
I will call you whatever you want. Yes, because a name is just a name. Those things are no. You're born with a sex.
But the thing is, it doesn't
You're born with it.
you in any way, shape, or form, does it?
Nothing influences me. But the only thing that influences me is forcing me to accept an alternate reality. That's what influences me.
Would you accept that I was a Peter if I'd introduced myself as Peter?
And I choose to accept that.
Would you have accepted me as a female if I come over here and introduce myself?
I will accept you as anything, but if you come over here and you present yourself as a woman, and all I know of you is that you're a woman, but if I find out you're a male, or you say I used to be a male, well then you're a male.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
And I would even.
Why do you not want to treat people with the roles that they would prefer? Why do you?
What?
What is your issue?
I will treat everybody with respect.
Okay, so what are you arguing against?
I'm arguing against that I have to accept that there are more than two genders. So you can be a he or a she.
Okay.
And that's a pronoun, that's a word, that's a name. You're still a male.
Okay.
Whether you call yourself a she or a Heather.
Against the fact that there's more than two genders.
That's what this whole argument was about her saying that I have to accept the fact that there are more than two genders. And there are only two genders. There are two. There are two, male and female.
What's the third one? Transgender. Okay,
That's
well,
not a.
that's more of a.
Well, how can you say transgender is a gender?
It's not a gender.
Because that's. Trans means you're between something. Trans means between something or reverting to something, and then gender. So
it's a way to adapt to modern society in the way that we have this dichotomous view of man and woman.
All right.
That's all that is.
All right. Well, a man will always be a man, and a woman will always be a woman. But if a man wants to call himself a woman, more power to him. If a woman wants to call herself a man, more power to her. But I will not accept the fact that there are more than two genders.
Let's be honest, the transgender people, they are just accepting it the way society is. They need to present to people in an honest and upfront manner that I was born a man, but I feel like a woman.
Well, here's
all they're trying to do is be more open and honest with you.
And what I would like is that same acceptance that I will not recognize a male as a female.
Why not?
Because I don't. Because just like it's their option to recognize themselves as something, it's my option to recognize them as well.
Okay.
And so
Are you gonna treat
she recognized me as a fucking idiot. Idiot. Yeah. So, but I accept that she has the right to look at me as an idiot.
Okay.
And I will look at he, she. I don't even know anymore who she is because she's starting to confuse me. But
anyway.
I don't want to be disrespectful and say he when she's a she and she when he's a he, but if you were born a woman, you're a woman. Yeah. So if you were born a man, you're a man. I have a lot of LGBTQ friends too, and they know that I respect them, and they don't force me to accept something that I don't have to accept.
That's what I love about the LGBTQ community. They don't force anybody.
Oh yeah, they do. They are forcing gender pronouns on us, and we get castigated and ostracized. Go to UT. Go to UT and use the wrong pronoun.
They're not
forcing. No, what they're doing is they're asking you to respect.
They're asking you to respect them.
It is in the policies.
It's the same way if I knew you for years and years.
Yeah.
Instead of what's your name?
CJ.
Instead of CJ, I called you Steve.
Or if you'd like, my birth name is Chris.
Okay, so fair enough. Either way, if you were like, my name is Chris, but I insisted on calling you Steve, that would eventually bother you a little.
Well, actually, his name is Greg, but I call him Bob. And he's okay with that.
Well, that's awesome. I'm very glad for him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if somebody has a personal issue with me, you need to try to respect the way that they feel about it.
I don't have to respect anyone. I do respect everybody, but I don't have to. What's that? I am.
So, but basically, the core tenet of the Bible, if you get...
Wait, are you a Christian?
I'm not, but it's okay.
Okay. I just want to make sure that a non-Christian's not going to lecture me on being a Christian.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just going to lecture you on what your fucking book says. Because if you take out all the parables that make it interesting and fun, the core tenet is the golden rule: treat others.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly. So treat others as they would like to be treated. You agree with that, right?
Treat others as you would like to be treated.
Okay, exactly. If you had a personal opinion, you wanted things to be a certain way, would you not like people to respect?
Well, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to engage in an alternate reality, though. Just because someone wants to be treated as if they are in an alternate reality, I don't have to oblige an alternate reality.
I know, but they're just asking for your respect to not be insistent.
They just want to be respected. I can respect them without accepting their alternate reality.
Then don't insist. Well, that's it. He didn't get it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, everybody wants to be respected. What's that?
But you're purposely disrespecting.
I'm not purposely disrespecting them. They are choosing to be disrespected.
Wait, how do you choose to be disrespected?
I was like, I don't think
No, you can choose to be disrespected based on how you interpret someone else's actions. I could have very easily felt disrespected when she cussed at me, but I don't. But some people might. Some people might say, you cussed at me, you just disrespected me, because I chose to be disrespected or chose not to be disrespected. Being respected is a choice.
I was just about to bring up the hottest topic
that has segregated bathrooms. You have segregated bathrooms in your house?
It's like, it's a fucking bathroom.
But
Dude,
that's
they
my
can
house.
pee.
Okay, that's your house.
I will not have another grown man in the bathroom with my 4 or 5-year-old daughter because I'm not going to.
Would you have a grown man in the bathroom with your 4 or 5-year-old son?
No.
Really?
Not alone.
Not alone.
Really?
Not alone. No.
So then what? So like you walk into the public bathroom with your son whenever you go in?
Yes.
Let him go all by himself while I wait.
If it was a unilateral bathroom, you'd be going in the bathroom with your 4 or 5-year-old daughter and be able to keep an eye on her. So where's the issue?
What's the issue?
It's my daughter, and I know she's safe with me. I'm not going to touch my daughter.
I know, but we're talking not
because we're talking about sex. Because the two sexes are sexually attracted to each other.
I know, but also there's pedophiles.
Yes, there's pedophiles. There's also gay rapists.
Male and female. You worry about your sons going into a public restroom where there might be a pedophile.
I do. But the likelihood of
walk in there with your daughter.
But the likelihood of my son going into a boy's bathroom with another boy that might be a pedophile is much less likely than my daughter going into a bathroom and then a male walk into that bathroom. What's up?
I was just going to come to you and push your ear.
Oh, do we need to go?
What?
Do we need to go?
No.
Okay.
I was just going to vote for your microphone.
Can you have a microphone?
The megaphone.
I don't have the microphone. Oh, the megaphone, yeah.
But if we had unilateral bathrooms, we had a clear.
I was going to vote here, but the guy stopped me.
He's my son. He's cool.
Sorry about that. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's okay.
I need people like that.
I was being suspicious. It
No,
was my fault.
hey, but thank you for doing that, though. I mean, you know how I get targeted.
Of molestation in any bathroom, not one. There has never.
But there are records.
There has never been.
Those
are straight men.
He's actually a bigger troll than I am. I could learn a lot from my son. I'm not sure if.
You left your lights on.
Okay, guys. All right, this has been a lot of fun. So we've gone from Mueller to, what did we talk about? Constitution to gender roles, all kinds of that.
In all of the years, it has never happened.
Yes, do unto others as they would have you do unto you. Exactly. Thank you. You know, when you're engaged in a heated conversation and people throw stuff out of left field, sometimes you're on your game, sometimes you're not. Sometimes some things are good. You know, you make mistakes when you're in the heat of the moment. I'm sure I've made some statements that I probably don't completely subscribe to, and I just don't realize I said it, or I said it in a way that I didn't intend. So you never know. But I'm surprised though. I didn't get punched. I was really sort of ready for that. You know, I was threatened to be punched, but was never punched. So I'll tell you, here's the gospel according to CJ. Let me tell you, I'm not one of those guys, especially when you're arguing gender roles with me. When you're arguing gender roles with me and you don't think I'm going to hit a woman, well, what makes you a woman? And why would it be any different if I hit you as a woman or I hit you as a man? If you hit me, I'm going to hit you back because you hit me, not because you're a woman or a man, but because you hit me. And I will hit you back. And I don't care if you're old. I don't care if you're young. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're straight. If you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. And so I have no problems doing that. I especially have no problems hitting a woman who's telling me that a woman can be a man and that gender roles are just arbitrary. So am I really hitting a woman who thinks that? Or am I hitting someone who thinks she's a woman but may not be a woman? Or am I hitting someone that society thinks is a woman and she doesn't realize she's not yet? Am I hitting anyone at all? Or am I just punching into the wind? Deep Thoughts with CJ Grisham. Alexander, I agree with you. I will not hit anyone offensively. I will never hit anyone except in self-defense, ever. Just so you know, I don't believe in violence. The only violence that I support is violence in self-defense. I do not support violence at all. However, I am willing and able to engage in it if necessary.
Let's say,
So,
CJ, are you poor?
What's that?
If you're poor, how many employees are you going to have if you're poor?
No, it's not that you're going to have. You end up creating jobs by buying stuff. You end up spending more of your paycheck. Like in economics, in macroeconomics, there's this thing called the money multiplier, where like the more. So, say like you're my boss, okay? You give me a paycheck.
I can't see my comments now.
$15 an hour.
Sure.
There we go.
Let's make it like $10 an hour. Just make it clean. Okay. So I'm getting paid $10 an hour. I take my money. I work for 1 hour. I take that.
I don't know. If I got spanked, I might like it. So, I mean, it depends. You know, if I don't like something, I don't like violence. So,
loaning out, ends up like loaning out that money.
I started my criminal record by walking down the road, exercising my right to keep and bear arms, and was arrested for it. That's how my record started. All right. I'm gonna go walk with.
How much should the government take?
I think the government should take enough.
Yes, absolutely.
To create the most, the largest possible
pedophiles from being able to go to the wrong bathroom. Listen to me, it doesn't matter. They still get beat up.
Hey, Chris, be careful. She'll punch you.
They still
Be
get beat
careful.
up.
Be careful. She might punch you.
Just know that they still
Kids
get
at 8
beat
years
up.
old,
Just
a
know
little
that
girl
they
don't
still
need to
get
see a
beat
little
up.
boy's penis at 8
That's
years old.
fine. They still get.
No, my battery's doing pretty well. Let's see, I've been going for almost 2 hours, and I'm only half down on my battery.
They still get beat up when they go to the bathroom.
I've got a good phone here.
And they don't share the same kind of bathroom where they're going to
How
get
you
to
doing?
see it. They have stalls.
Doing all right.
stupid.
Beautiful night,
They're
isn't
not
it?
gonna see
Not too
all
hot,
that.
not too
They don't
cold,
get to see their
no
parts.
drizzly. It's a
They
great
don't
day to be an
see their
American.
parts, but they get beat up just the same.
Oh, did you? Where'd you come
So you
from?
want elementary
Okay.
junior
Oh, wow.
high kids to
Didn't they
get
have one of
beat
these in
up?
Houston?
So you
Oh, okay.
potentially stop this thing that
Oh,
never
okay.
happened.
Are you an artist, like a
Pedophiles
recording
go in
artist or something? Or
bathrooms in
what do you do? Like
elementary
music or what?
schools Without
What kind of
having
music?
to wear a dress.
Type stuff.
You
Sweet. I
think
love
about
alternative
that.
rock.
That
Are
law
you
includes
published
the
anywhere?
other
Or
law that makes elementary and junior
you want to talk to people about it?
Beat up. When they go
All right.
to the bathroom.
What's your music?
Society.
What is it?
Point Blank Society.
Point Blank Society.
Yeah.
All right. What do you sing about?
We sing about problems with organized religion in the world and all kinds of stuff. A little bit of politics.
Am I wrong?
I didn't hear you.
At the LGBT parade they had last year, did they not have grown men out there swinging their penis out in front of God and everybody,
Yes.
in front of small children?
Yes.
Yes.
They had bathing suits.
No, man.
No.
I can agree.
These were free.
It gets over sexualized.
Yeah. They were swinging dicks
in front of God, everybody, and
in
small
public.
children. And no, I will not agree with that.
No, they didn't get ticketed.
My sister's gay and married to a woman, so don't even go without man that's gay. I'm not. I got gay friends.
So what does that have to do with the
Because
bathroom
I know
bill?
where the because small children do not need to
So
see
does
each
that
other's
mean
parts.
you just lost the bathroom bill?
No.
Argument?
Small children don't need to see each other's parts. A grown man does not need to be in the women's restroom. A grown woman don't need to be in the men's restroom. They don't.
I understand your argument.
All right. Anyway, good luck to you, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Take care.
Yeah, you have a good one.
We're gonna ask people that come out how their steak was.
Oh, okay.
We did it already, and the guys looked at us and kept walking.
I'm gonna stop recording them.
All right. I'm going to walk. The only problem is, how y'all doing? Good. I'm actually kind of getting bored with all this. All right, so yeah, there was an LGBTQ rally, and these transgender or LGBTQ guys, I don't know who they were. Well, they were men because they had penises and they were dressed. Anyway, they were waving them, you know, walking around, swinging around for all the kids to see. You know, there's some respect for you. That was here in Austin. All right. Where's my Trump flag? I think I'm going to go fly the Trump flag. I think we're going to leave soon because what time is it? It's 7:30. I think we've pretty much argued with or talked to the people that want to talk to us. Hey, can you just send Mom a text, let her know we're okay?
Yeah.
Let her know I'm not in jail. I haven't been beaten by a big fat woman who said she was going to punch me.
Will do.
You should talk to her on the megaphone. Mom, Dad told me to call you. I'm getting myself in trouble with my wife now.
I'm going to the bathroom. I can guarantee you.
Can I pet your dog? Is it okay if I pet your dog?
Hey, baby.
Hey. I have cats. Look at that little doggy. Look at that little doggy. Are you a boy dog or a girl dog? Oh. The dog didn't answer me. Okay, so all right, let's see. What's that? Oh yeah. All right. So there we go. So Chris, what was your? This is Chris Ritchie here.
What's up, y'all?
What was your conversation about there?
It was about transgender little boys using little girls' bathrooms and vice versa, and grown men going into other bathrooms.
Speaking of which, I have to really take a leak. Which bathroom am I supposed to? Have you figured that out yet?
No. I know girls have a vagina, boys have a penis, but I don't know what bathroom to use.
If I learned anything
they all
from,
have a stall, so you're not going to see the other person's
I can never say Arnold Schwarzenegger never taught me anything. Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
I mean, I just don't know, man.
All right. I'm trying to get Bob over here.
Like, oh my gosh, this standpoint, Social Security, Medicare, and he's like, you're the one who created them. Are you serious? He's still that guy has. Yeah, he did. He's killed Jared.
All right, I'm gonna grab the Trump flag from. I'll take the flag.
You're just now it's overshowing. You're like there for a second.
She's gonna go across the crosswalk. I think that lady that came out of the steakhouse is gonna come over here to us.
Oh, okay. I'll wait. I'll watch. Yeah, that's my son. My son and his friends. Yeah, what's his name again? Who?
Colin.
Colin. Jeez. Yeah, I was telling. My son came up to me and Colin like went over there and grabbed him. I'm like, no, that's my son. It's okay.
Yeah, they just can't understand.
I'm glad he was watching my back though, because
they can't understand that slippery slope that doing that does.
Yeah.
They can't get it in their head. You know how many kids are attacked because they're not in this day and age?
Yep.
You can be gay in high school and nobody cares.
You know, we want to end sexual assault and protect children, except in a bathroom.
Yeah.
No, that's an exception.
Y'all are worried about little boys and girls don't think like that, man. I was a young high school boy. I know how they think.
So if little boys and girls don't think like that, then we shouldn't be charging little boys and girls with sexual harassment when they touch their teacher's butt at 8 years old.
A girl in a boy's bathroom,
Yeah.
and you wonder they're going to see something. What happens when that girl goes on her monthly thing?
Hey, thank you, Alexander. I appreciate that. Look, I'm an extremist. I'll admit that. I am a far-right guy. I'm an absolutist on many things. But I also believe that the only way anyone can learn, and my positions have changed over time on many different issues, including the death penalty, because I have been willing to engage with people and talk to them. Not talk at them, not talk about them, but talk to them. So I come to these. That's why I bring a megaphone, but I don't use it. Except for when they're shouting me down and stuff like that. Then I might pull my megaphone out. But I bring it as sort of to make a point that I want to talk to people and engage in a conversation. That's the only way any of us will learn. We might leave here. Every single person I left here with, probably I didn't change any minds and they didn't change any minds, but at least I understand them better and they understand me better. And we don't have to agree. We don't ever have to agree. But we can find common ground, and we did find common ground on some things. And it might be small, but if we can find common ground that protects liberty and protects rights and protects freedom and protects small government and the power of the people, those are the things that we can work together on. What we can't work together on and what we should never capitulate on is anything that even in a minute way infringes on liberty or chips away at liberty. It doesn't matter how small. It doesn't matter how good it might feel. Nothing. You know, people say I should pick my fights. I do. There's right and wrong, and I'll fight anything wrong. There's free and not free. I'll fight anything that's not free. So, there you go. There we go. Oh, what the heck? What just happened here? I just did something. I clicked on a comment and did something. How do I undo whatever that is I just did? Oh well.
I'm about to use your stats against you, so get ready because I know where you're going.
All right, I need. Hey, you want to just go walk down the sidewalk? I just don't want to go watch each other's back.
I'm fine. Go ahead.
No, I don't think they will either.
They hated Sessions when he got hired. Now they're mad that he's getting.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do. Like I said, it's like the little kid you take to McDonald's, getting the hamburger. You wouldn't give me nuggets. You give me nuggets. Go with the food. I don't know what that is. They are good people. I'll give them that. I give credit where it's due.
All right. Absolutely. Amen. No one's above the law.
Including Hillary Clinton.
She was investigated for 4 years.
Yep, and hid the emails. Destroyed the evidence. Invested by one of her cronies. Tell me. That's not really an investigation when you're investigated by one of your cronies.
Yeah.
Sorry.
next time I commit a crime, I want to be able to investigate it myself, or I want my friends to investigate it.
Yeah.
So next time I do something, will you investigate it?
Oh yeah, I'm on it totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
And I'll tell you what, when you commit a crime, I'm going to investigate your crime too.
Yeah, you're trying to be a lawyer anyway. I'll hire you. That'll work. Hey, Stormy, you got trolls on your feet. Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, I got trolls on my feet too.
I keep my feet swelling. That's another thing I do. I keep all my posts public so anybody can get in it. Even if they ain't all my friends when they get on my feed. Of course the commies watch my feed, dude. I'm their favorite person.
Yeah, you
They
are.
love me.
Yeah, you are.
They love me to death. I got like a commie fan club going.
I'm just glad he fired that racist Sessions. Tell you what, man. Jeff Sessions was a racist. Thank goodness he got fired.
They're screwing these racists for him. You glad they fired that racist? No wonder they fired last year. Last year the left wanted Sessions fired. This year they want him rehired.
Oh, sorry about that. Let me get out of your way.
We're going slow.
I guess if you're unemployed, you don't understand the difference between hired and fired. So. Oh, hey, Susan, we're at City Hall here in Austin, Texas.
As I said, I didn't just mention military. I mentioned scuba. I mentioned.
I wonder if that bathroom over there is open.
Yeah, we just used it.
Did you? Hey, will y'all come over with me?
Could you repeat that?
Just in case. I just don't want to. I want to make sure nobody gets me in the back. There's a reason I wear body armor.
Just slapped your face.
Take that. Trump just slapped you in the face. What are you gonna do about that?
Nothing.
I'm gonna wave my American flag.
No one's enjoying their steaks apparently because no one's answering. One woman answered us. Enjoy their steak.
Okay. You know what? I think we're pretty much gonna be done. I'm not gonna take the live. Here, you wanna go do some commentary on my live feed? I'm gonna do something that's very dangerous. I'm handing my live feed over to my son.
All right, let's do it.
You guys think I'm a troll? Watch this.
I'll let you. I'll record you. All right. We'll go around.
Hey, how's it going? Is it recording me? We're gonna be following my dad. He's gonna be walking around. It's gonna be really great. Okay, he's walking. Get him, idiot. He's walking that way. He's going to the bathroom, I think. Number one or number two? Number two. Okay, that is. Did not need to know that. I don't know why I asked. I really don't. Let's go. Come on.
I can do color cards.
Sir! Sir, can you hear me? Get that? Get closer? Listen, put the camera to the door, jeez. Get it right. Okay, stopped. Sir? Could you do that again? For the camera? You're live on, is it Facebook or YouTube? Okay. Looks like you have 57 viewers. It's pretty good. How long have you been out here, Dad? Sir? Fucking. What? What'd you say?
I know you.
Oh yeah, I know. I was sorry. I was doing. My bad.
Trying to square up on him?
What? You see this? I can't square up on anybody.
Okay, look, I gotta go in a minute, but which one do I use? I got a penis. Should I use the boys' room or the girls' room?
They're actually unisex, so.
Oh my God, you came to the bathroom looking like that? I don't want to go in there, dog. You hold my phone so I can go
It's zoomed in really far.
I got a penis.
Hey, what's up? CJ's got the. I got
Wait,
Richie's
come here.
live feed now. You in trouble?
Here, live feedception. Get it? Live feed on live feed.
Now everybody is going to tune out. What's
teeth yellow?
A little bit.
Oh, great.
So,
Sorry, guys.
Let me tell you something about Chris. What a great American Chris is. All right, that dude, I got his back.
My name's Chris.
If he ever needs anything, he's got my phone number. I got his back. If I possibly can, I will drop what I'm doing and come and make sure I got his back. I hope you guys have his back as well. Although he does need to wash his hair.
And his
But
All right, where's my camera? All right. Okay, I have. He takes after his mom. Yellow teeth gives you what?
You better not be talking smack.
I can't see the comments anymore.
Exactly what they're worried about. Mueller's going to be the next one out of here.
Oh yeah.
That's why they're flipping out, because they know Trump's going to put somebody in there that ain't going to be Sessions and recuse himself from shit. He's going to put hardcore facts in it. And shit's going to hit the fan and they're melting the hell down. About Gingrich getting hurt today and breaking 3 ribs. We might get it in the Supreme Court. Oh! 3 ribs. I don't wish her no ill will, but that could be another Supreme Court pick.
Oh, I gotta get my flag. Where's my flag? I forgot my flag. Thank you.
Color guard with
I'll
it.
trade you. There you go. Let's see if anybody will talk to me like this. Is that too much America right there? Too much America? Too much America? Too much America. There you go. America! Texas!
Yeah, I know, Darren. A little chilly, man.
Texas loves Trump.
Chilly right here. Scared of what I'm saying, Devin. Yeah, get it playing like you're a Patriot. You ain't. We know you ain't.
All right. All right, let me put this thing out. All right, that was fun. All right, guys, I'm taking off. I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna try and collect my crew here.
I mean,
Look, this guy knows how to America right there.
I mean, yeah, to some extent, but I mean, I would say that what I'm proposing gives people options, and it also gives them a way to be.
All right, yeah, this is enough, guys. There's not really anything else going on. I'm not going to do anything else stupid. I do have my body cam on in case on the way home something happens, so if something does happen, I'll be able to post that later. Other than that, this is really just boring, and I think we're going to consolidate and drive home. Maybe I'll walk through one more time with my flag. I don't know. What do you think? So, hey guys, take care, be safe, and be free. I'm out.